real. They were there on the ship, even though for some reason in your hallucination you were all at the bottom of the ocean. You decided to hide the bodies instead of, keep them, tell the crew about them, or whatever. And then upon arriving at New Zos, the party split up with Dyror staying back on the ship and everyone else going off to meet the lead that the captain had on Fletcher Camden. On the ship, curious Olzot got too bored to stick around and went outside, attracting the guards' attention and having everyone having Dyror, Blackart, and Olzot all thrown in a prison and heavily interrogated, beaten and bloodied, including guards cutting off all of the fingers on one of Olzot's hands until he finally admitted why he was there.
Thank you.
At the tavern, you all met, I don't even remember that guy's name, but I think it was Troy? You all met Troy, an old acquaintance of the captain who runs a tavern that was called the Shaking Shack outside of the walls of New Zos. There, you got more information on where Fletcher Camden was, knowing that he's only about 150 miles down the coast. And during your interrogation with this man, you were interrupted by...
something Kensington. I can't remember the name.
Alistair.
I'll do it real quick.
No,
Alistair Kensington.
I was trying to play the music while I said it. You were interrupted.
Oh, sorry.
Admiral Alistair Kensington, who came in on your conversation, seemed to have a bit of a past with Damien and a lot of a past with the captain. He immediately he and his guards immediately beat and bloodied and bludgeoned all of you while revealing the bodies of all, or revealing the fact that they had, locked up and chained up all of the friends too. Upon losing, you were all manacled and you were all manacled and bound and started getting carted up. He explicitly said that he was taking the captain to New Elzenburg himself, where he would quote unquote string his lifeless corpse from the headpiece of his ship. The rest of you would be taken to a prison. However, they realized that Blaggart's body was too heavy to be carried, and that he might be able to break out of his bondage. And so, Kensington ordered Blaggart's death.
Sag.
Does anybody have a background in law?
Actually,
bull law.
James Grondeck the Third, Esquire.
You guys had just arrived in prison. Some of the guards threw you in. It's cold and dank, and you can see the gout, and the prison is cold. It's dank. There's trash or littered all over the floor and filth. Gyror and Damien, you two are in one cell. Across from you is Atlas and Perlin, and then in the cell next to Atlas and Perlin is Bungus by himself.
Wow.
Actually, Bungus with Olzot, my bad.
Oh,
Bungus
okay. Why am I in fucking solitary?
Atlas, Perlin, and Bungus, out of your window, you can all three see gallows being constructed.
I wonder what those are for.
All right.
Is Bungus having to stand on Olzot as a box?
I'm doing pull-ups.
There's a little chair.
I'm getting jail jacked.
He's just benching the goblin.
Oh, that's definitely a great segue into how we leveled up.
We're gonna have our Uncle Iroh prison break scene.
All right. You guys are all in your prison. You're still manacled, and you see ruins on your manacles. They, you know.
They're ruined?
Yeah.
No, they have etched in there ruins. Just imagery. They're really fancy.
Right.
So wait, are they runes, just to clarify?
They are ruins, yeah. Two of the guards walk in and start, like, poking at you and kind of making gestures. One of them's like, "Hey, I think this one's got some blood." And he spits at Dyror.
What a cunt. I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna look at him, fucking bare my teeth. Growl at him or something.
Hey God, would you like to spit at us with something else? We gotta try to start the prison break early.
Did anyone try to, like, sneak anything?
So, well, I have a question.
Yeah.
What did they take from us? What do we still have on us? Would we have had...
They pretty much stripped you down to your underwear.
So, like, we are actually stripped, or we would have had, like, maybe a pocket to sneak stuff into?
You're actually pretty stripped. Like, they've taken pretty much everything from you.
Okay.
You consider your asshole to be a pocket.
And you remember they did that in, like, a room that was down the hall. The room was specifically labeled, like, evidence.
Nice.
So these,
Evidence is definitely misspelled.
The colonoscopy room. Gotcha.
some people play.
Fungus, your anal cavity feels looser than normal.
So
You
these
fear it will
handcuffs,
never return.
these handcuffs, you said there's like runes,
There's
on
ruins
them?
on them, yeah.
Do we know what those runes do? Like, is it just to like
Depiction of the city of Atlantis.
Arcana? Okay.
You're actually pretty familiar with the ruins you're seeing. They prevent you from casting spells while these manacles are on you.
Just
Oh,
spells?
fuck a duck. Sorry.
I have a very important question. Am I muzzled?
Good point.
You would probably be muzzled,
God damn it.
as would the goblin.
How do you eat?
There goes my fire breath. Well,
Spells.
Anybody have
what do we do? Fuck.
So on your first night, you're still healing from your wounds a bit, and
Where I just surrendered, would I be recovering? Or do they still
yeah,
beat me
you would all
after
be you wouldn't necessarily be recovering as much as the others, but just saying, like, you probably are all bloodied, and you go to sleep on. Let me get back to my calendar. You go to sleep on the 6th day of the first week of Sumia. You wake up in the morning as you hear the sounds of hammers beating against nails, and some of you see the gallows a bit more constructed than they were yesterday.
You don't think those are for us, do you?
I would almost certainly guarantee it.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm muzzled. You don't think those for us, do you?
How well is the door attached to things that aren't the door?
It's pretty much like what you see. You can't get any. You don't know if you'd be able to get any this leverage off of it, and it seems pretty sturdy.
Do Dynamo and I have a window that we can see out of? I thought it was just Fungus's room and
You and Dyror have a window, but not necessarily.
of the gallows.
Oh, okay.
But I'm assuming Perlin and Atlas
like,
and Bungus.
you can see like a small little courtyard. It seems to be a gathering place of the guards, and almost entirely enclosed by the building.
Hmm.
Are we cuffed?
You are both cuffed,
Yeah.
yes.
We're cuffed and he's muzzled. Okay.
You
We're
said
just testing things. I guess Starwar, he'd walk up to the bars and like rattle them and see how sturdy they are.
You're rattling what? Sorry.
Darrow would probably walk up to the cell bars and like rattle them and push them and see how like sturdy and sturdy they are.
As you do that, you hear one of the guards like, "Hey, hey, you!" And he kind of pushes you back a little hard. Don't be doing that. You,
buddy.
ooh,
I'm gonna yell, "Suck my dick!" from the other cell.
ooh, ooh, look at him. He's so tiny. Tiny little pirate in a tiny cage.
I want to start knocking on
Thinking
the
he can get
stones.
out, but he's in a cage.
Open it up and see what we can do, bitch ass. Little fucking cunt.
I want to start trying the walls, see if there's a loose stone.
You start like tapping at the walls, and the mason work feels pretty new and pretty well made.
Hmm.
I would like to. You said there's like.
You would remember hearing
Sure.
that the town is only about 5 years old.
Is there a poster?
There happened to be a hole
Yeah,
behind the poster.
throw a rock through a poster. Is there a hidden hole somewhere?
I would like to look. You said there's like a sort of like trash and other random shit scattered through the cell, right?
Yeah.
Can I look around for anything that could be used to potentially like pick a lock? So broken piece of wire or small bone. I don't know. Just looking for anything that could be potentially useful and just collect like a pile of potentially useful trash. Bits of string, whatever.
Yeah. Right. You're digging through the trash. It's mostly like animal bones and like, food scraps and hay and shit, like literal shit. Like,
Awesome. Just sort of like
yeah.
wiping my hands like on some like hay and just like.
But so like, as you're digging around through the trash, this guard was kind of like going at it with Bungus, like having his little moment, and you hear him like singing his little pirate in a little cage, whatever, and in the mid song stops, and you're in the room with Perlin, and Perlin doesn't seem to be moving either. And you look across, and the two people across from you don't seem to be moving either. The entire world seems to grow a very familiar green tint over it to you. The bars on the cage like almost rust over immediately, and you see like gangrene and coral start growing from the walls.
Can I move? Like, can I stand up? I mean, just while this
You can
image is
move,
forming.
you can
Okay.
stand up.
So I just stand
All
up
this
and
stuff just kind of like
Okay.
starts going around.
start taking it in.
What do you do? Do you say anything? Do you still dig around?
No. So I stand up, seeing sort of like this vision we've sort of seen before with everyone standing still. Now that the sort of everything looks sort of almost rusted and dilapidated, I would like to go up to sort of the door and see if it's even still like locked, or if the bars have like rusted through, or if they seem less solid.
Right? As you walk up and you grab the handle on the door and start to try to move it, You are stopped in your tracks because you see form in one of the cells across from you that you didn't see before.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be a man. A man with sitting down with his back to the cage, with like his back to the cell.
Mm-hmm.
He has this really long black hair. His clothes look like almost like they've rotted into his like flesh.
Mm.
And he turns around, and as he turns around, you see his skin is this pale white, like a sheet of paper, and his eyes have these black rings around them. And he turns to you and he says, "I was like you once."
What do you mean by that? You were like me once. Alive? Are you still here? What is going on? What have you done with time?
And so long, time has little meaning. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. It was her. I didn't know. I needed your help.
Did they lock you away for what she did? What did this harlot do to you?
My prison is far worse than yours.
Would your prison door be opened by a white key?
You've been carrying that for a while and you don't know what it is.
No, that is why I'm asking these questions. Because I don't know what the hell it is. And it only seems to be bringing bad shit. But we can't get rid of it.
He shows you his leg. And it's not, and like, he shows you his leg and it's just clearly like a couple of pieces of wood strapped together on a stump on the end. And he says, "A long time ago, I fell in love with a woman. Long before any of you. Where did it begin? And I didn't know that she was to be wed to the most powerful of the gods. He punished me. He locked me away at the bottom of the ocean, plucked the bone from my leg, and carved the only thing that would let me out. I have been trying desperately to get someone to help me for millennia. But if you can help me, I can help you."
Who was this god who locked you away?
Kalika.
Sorry, you have to say that again.
Kalika.
K-A... How do you spell that?
Kalaka. It's my hand. Yes.
Only Atlas experiencing this.
Only Atlas is
Experiencing this, correct? Okay, cool. So I'm not going to take notes on that.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it at some point.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Oh, one second, I gotta finish these notes.
Did this guy tell us his name at any point?
I was about to ask.
Fair enough.
Stranger, what is your name?
It's been so long I've forgotten it. I had many names once. He turns to you and his face warps. Like it almost looks like it melts off of him, and underneath it, it's your face.
Quite an interesting party trick. I will say, Mr. Faceless One, not sure if I totally agree with your methods, but I do understand your plight. I'm certain we could come to some sort of arrangement upon your successful retrieval, although we do find ourselves in quite a predicament right now. You wouldn't happen to be able to offer some sort of assistance in this supposed jailbreak we need to make?
Troubles that you find, not mine, are not things that I have brought you. They're things that Kalika has.
Got it. Well, as interesting and insightful as this conversation has become, I'm afraid if you cannot do anything for me at this point, I will have to bid you adieu. I've got a cell to break out of, and I really don't want to die. And I think it's in your best interest if we don't die as well. And I'm just going to sort of turn my back to him and, like, start walking away, but I'm, like, still listening and, like, stimulated with adrenaline.
Right. He says...
Olympic speed walking away.
You hear him kind of giggle and say, I've already given you everything you need. And then everything, like, fades out and goes back to normal.
So is the so everything goes back to normal? The guards singing again.
Yeah. Little boy, angry little. He's kind of like taking a stick and poking at a fungus.
I'll just like walk up next to Perlin and whisper over to him. Perlin, it was you who had the key last, was it not?
Yes, I believe I still have it. I'll reach in my pocket. Oh, wait. Never mind. Yeah, I had it last.
I assume they would have taken it, but it does seem to have quite a nasty habit of just reappearing.
I'll reach in my skivvies for it.
You don't find it.
Okay.
Does Perlin reach in Atlas's skivvies to see if he has it?
But I will check my for myself, and I'll check my, I don't know, whatever I'm wearing. Like I got like a frocket or something on my undershirt.
Yeah, you have new magic underwear. They have pockets on them.
Oh, they didn't take my magic underwear?
It doesn't look like anything but underwear.
Oh yeah,
We're
true.
Mormon
I would
pirates.
have made it look like like something like totally yeah.
Yeah, it's in your pocket.
Okay. Well, this certainly makes things a little more interesting. Perlin, I will say, without the magical abilities gifted to me, the use of these frustratingly difficult cuffs, I feel like me and yourself are at a little bit of a disadvantage. I wonder if we can remedy that. And I say, why don't you keep an eye on that there guy? I'm still whispering this. It's just I can't whisper and do the accent.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why don't you keep an eye on that there guard and let me know if he starts heading this way. I'm going to see if this key will fit.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right, and I'll just
People
sort of
look
like, step into like one of the back corners with my back to the cell door and see if
Okay. All right. After you make that plan, the guard like pokes his stick at Bungus. Bungus, do you do anything about that? Olza has been like crying in the corner this entire time.
don't have a comeback. Just gonna insult him. I'm just gonna sit there, obviously, just kind of trying to stay calm as my monk self, but my dwarf is raging.
All right. This is where the barbarian starts.
Yeah. I guess that's a good because I can't do it. I need 13 strength, so I get it
Yeah.
off of 5. Getting it off of level 5. So
Okay. Yeah.
Barb next level. So yes,
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
the
like-
origin story.
Are you doing monk
Why
barbarian?
you became a dwarf barbarian?
Monk
This is where I
barbarian?
balance. This is where I balance the fucking anger and the peace. Like, I'm gonna peacefully rage.
Peacefully rage.
I would like to rage.
Ah!
How many how many guards are there again? Is it just the one?
It's just the one in the room right now, but you hear another voice shout out, "Hey, Frank! Come look at this fancy stick! I think I'm gonna try hit things with it!" And Frank gets all excited, like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go play with your stuff, little filthy pirate!" And runs up and like walks out, kind of like triumphantly.
I hate these guys. Yeah, I hate these fucking guys.
I hope he tries some of my brews. I think I still have some of that fish ale.
It's the fish ale.
You hear from the other room just a, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, there it is.
They got this stuff from Archel.
Is what's in me and Dyror's room?
You have like a bed. You have like a by a bed I mean like just slabs of wood hanging off the wall by chains and hinges, and you can like lay on them or sit on them if you want. You have a pot in the corner. There's some hay on the ground. It's kind of damp. There's maybe a nail or something on the ground that like littered and everything. If you've dug around,
Lockpick.
that you don't need if Jesse would get back.
I think I would still want to use the lockpick, or at least attempt to use it.
Alright, so you grab the nail, and are you going to try to pick your lock with it?
I think I want to try to pick my manacles first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, what kind of check would that be?
Athletics, perhaps?
Absolutely not.
Sleight of hand, maybe?
Lockpicking?
I think it's sleight of hand.
It's either sleight of hand or just dexterity plus
Yeah, that's what I
proficiency
figured.
if you have proficient in tools.
Um,
Up to you.
Alright. You don't have proficiency in thieves' tools, I'm going to say raw dex.
good deal. Come on, natural 20. Actually, I'm not disappointed with that.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
So it's really like the way the manacles are positioned, it's kind of like really hard to get at the manacle itself, and you kind of like start doing it with your teeth for a second, and then like you just are kind of like twisting at it, like a mix of your teeth and maybe like one or two fingers that you can get down, and then you have a moment where you're thinking like, God, I look like a fucking idiot doing
I'm
this.
just sitting there watching him. Like,
Yeah.
what is he doing?
And then all of a sudden, you like put a little bit of pressure against the key, but like, it's a lot. It doesn't offer any resistance, and it just goes right through, and your manacles fall off.
It's,
I'm just like,
is Is that?
Oh.
Are you clapping?
Nope. Choose one or two.
I go for the muzzle first.
Okay.
Mostly just because Damien doesn't speak mumble as one of his languages.
Okay. You can go for the muzzle. Would you like to roll another dex check for it?
Oh,
I'd like to
God.
go with what I already rolled.
No.
He comes up with this rusty nail.
It's approaching your face slowly
I'm
with
just
a
like-
rusty nail.
I just shake my head and hold up the manacles.
Question.
Yes.
Sorry, nope. Damien, continue.
Um,
I mean, we were going to be doing this regardless of what you were like. Waiting to get out to.
you kind of like delicately try to poke the nail in, and you just miss the lock and like stab him a bit with a rusty nail on the
Well, we
face.
were doing the manacles, but yeah,
He said the. Oh, you said the manacles.
because you
Well,
emphasized the
I
manacles.
shook my head no when he came at my face with the nail.
Okay, okay.
I held up the
He
manacles.
like stabs at your arm a bit with it, and you're like, "Fuck, tetanus."
Yeah, you're
fuck.
good. Tetanus. Fucking lockjaw.
So my question was, did the key work?
You trying to get?
Yeah, I was going to go back into the corner and
Right.
try the key.
The guards are gone now.
Okay.
The guards seem to be in the other room. You can hear them rustling around.
Through our shit? They're not touching my
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
You know, for a fact, they're touching Fungus's stick. Their words, not mine.
What are you trying the key on? The manacles, or the door?
The manacles.
Right. You get the key in the manacles. Roll raw dex. Way lower DC though.
Okay. That's a save one.
Ooh.
20.
Not bad.
You don't even really struggle with it. You just kind of like manage to get it one-handed in.
That means a key.
Right. Yeah. Well, your hands are kind of close together. I was just describing how Damien was like fiddling with his mouth around a nail.
Got it.
All right. You get the key in. You get it turned. Your manacles fall right off.
Okay. I'll walk up and do it to Perlin's as well.
Right. Perlin's manacles are off.
Okay.
Thanks.
Every time you're putting the key into this lock, you like feel it vibrating and like shifting into the shape of the lock.
Awesome. Okay. I would then like to
You are starting to feel a little dizzy.
Okay, after 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I would then like to go up to the door and look down the hall. The guards are still gone.
Mhm.
And directly across from us is...
You
Are we
hear one
next?
of the guards shout at you. Heard one of the guards cry out, "You ate it! You broke it!"
They broke Bungus's stick.
That better not be any of my shit, I swear to gods above. So are the is it the cells on the sides of us that we're all in, or are they like across, or...
You guys. So you and Perlin are across from. You guys are across from Damien and Dyror, and then the cell right next to you has Bungus and Olzot in it.
Would I be able to, like, are the cells close enough next to each other that I could, like, reach in to their cell so I could just hand them the key? Or...
You would be able to do that to Bungus, but not. You wouldn't be able to hand it across the hall, but you'd be able to hand it to the cell next to you.
Okay. I will do that. I will just sort of get up to the edge and just actually now that I'm unshackled, I will just oh, I can't do that. I don't have any of my components. Never mind. I will just sort of knock a little rock to get Bungus's attention and then slip him the key.
Bungus, what do you do?
I'm grabbing the key so damn fast. My hands are like shaking, and as I'm like putting it in. Like,
Are you taking the manacles off?
yes, I'm gonna put them.
Alright.
I'm gonna take the manacles off.
Bungus,
Alright.
you must
Well,
control yourself. We
what
will
the-
get our revenge on these people. Do not worry about that.
Arthur fist.
Fucking Arthur fist clench.
Is Arthur an aardvark?
Yes.
Arthur
I thought it was like a bear or something.
No, it's really shittily drawn.
I think the brain is the bear.
So like
Today I learned.
he used to look more like an aardvark when they first drew him, and then they redesigned him.
Oh,
Yeah, he was pretty ugly in the books.
my entire life was a lie.
I'm assuming that Olzod isn't manacled, seeing there would be nothing to really
He's
clasp
manacled
one
and muzzled,
side
isn't he?
to.
He's muzzled, and the way he's manacled is like hand to foot.
Oh,
That means we have to do it.
after I'd passed the key off, like, is it sort of a temporary dizziness, or am I starting to feel better already?
You're still a little dizzy.
Okay.
Yo, somebody else should do this. I don't want to get dizzy because I gotta beat the shit out of these guys.
You're not like, oh, -3 on all your rolls, dizzy, but you're just.
Yeah.
It's
Fair.
like no more drinks tonight kind of dizzy.
I'll
Yeah.
go over and unhook. Oh wait, no, I gotta do it. There's 2 more locks, aren't there?
There's 2 more locks in your cage. Also,
Yeah.
Atlas didn't open his door.
Correct.
Ooh.
I have a plan. Oh shit.
Hmm.
I
Trying to
didn't mean to click
minimize
on
the
that,
number of
but,
uses.
I was trying to just
Well,
open it
now
so I could.
everybody knows his plan.
No, not my plan. I was trying to open it up to see if it needed components. I will say I do have a way to open these doors, but it will not be quiet, and it will immediately draw attention.
Boom boom.
Essentially, I will just force the door open, but it is very loud.
Gotcha.
So the DM can look at it. I was checking to see if that had components too. It does not.
Okay.
But it makes a very loud noise.
Yes, I can see that.
So some trade-offs.
As far as 300 feet away, yeah, that's pretty loud.
Yeah, it would ring out for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the best idea.
I kind of am using it as a last resort.
Yeah.
Maybe unlock Olzot and have him unlock the door
Yeah, that works.
and pass me the key back.
I'll do that. Yeah. I'll unlock Olzot and kind of like I'll tell him to unlock the door. I guess he's not deaf. He just has a fucking muzzle on. I'll tell him to unlock the door.
Right. As you you lean over and you like tap on Wolfbot, and he's still crying and like saying like, I did this. You unlock him and he's like, where'd you get this? What is this?
I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna grab it back from him. before he gets any ideas. Isn't he still muzzled? Or did he unlock his muzzle?
No, he's just like looking at the key
muzzle.
as you're about to hand it to him.
Oh.
What is that? What is that? Where did you get it?
It's the key to the door. The others found it and gave it to me.
Okay.
A little bit more confidently, though. Sorry.
You want me to open the door?
Yeah. I'm meditating before we leave.
Can me and Dyror hear this? Tell him you'll snitch.
Stab.
Elza
He's just in there.
says-
Let's go get the muzzle off him. Worst roommate ever. Say what did he say?
Okay. He takes the key and he's like, as he touches it, he's like, what is that?
Hurry the fuck up over there.
Yeah, we
have
do
a
not
very
have
limited
time.
amount of time here.
We do not. We do not have time for this.
I keep trying to give Dyror tetanus with the nail.
Alright, roll.
Somebody please help me.
Roll your dex check. You don't poke him this time, but you're having a lot more trouble getting through on his lock.
Well, at least you're trying.
He'll get it eventually.
Right. Ola, it's like, I don't know if I want to touch that again. What? Why did it hurt to pick it up? What is it?
We'll talk about it later. We got to get out of here.
You're holding. You do it.
Just open the door right now. We don't have time. Just do it.
Get the metaphorical shit or get off the metaphorical pot.
He tries to grab the key again, and like every time he does, it's just like it's fucking zapping him, or like one of those like shock pins or something.
so,
It's super
like-
strong, but he's like, ah.
He can't. Like, is it like a racist? Is it a racist key
It's rejecting
against
him.
goblins? Oh, it's rejected. So it means I have.
Hurry up, Bungus. We do not have a lot of time.
All right, fuck it. I'll do it. I'll open up the door.
Right. You go and you open up the door.
Feeling especially dizzy, but my years of drinking should make me better at this, right?
I feel like the years of drinking are why you're having a dizzy spell.
Go through
The
withdrawal.
lack thereof.
You get that lock open, and as you feel the key shifting to the shape and like turning in the lock, like your vision goes dark for a second. Fuck. And then you feel the lock click, and that kind of like brings you back. And as you do, you notice like a scale appear on the hand that took it, that like turned it.
Damn it.
Scale? Like a fish scale?
Well, yeah.
Are they at a similar level of scaliness that I'm at, or am I still more scaly?
You weren't scaly.
I thought I was like
Barnacle.
getting barnacle-y,
You had
yeah.
a barnacle on you. Yeah, you're
That's a similar like indicator.
conceptually similar. I'm trying to come up with different ways to do it.
Totally fair.
Oh fuck.
And Perlin has 3 nubs on his thumb.
Nice.
Pass the key
What?
back, Bungus. Let's go.
Yeah,
You say
I'm
nub?
Can I
going
control them?
out and
No, they're like
handing
hard. They
the
feel
key
calcified
back
almost.
to-
Like
Okay.
whoever needs it. Because I
Use the
can't
key again,
fucking
it might
turn
make
it
more
again.
sense what's happening.
They're almost like warts, he has.
No. They almost feel like bone.
Got it. But I mean, they're small still, like warts.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to visually picture it.
Do you think that Perlin has hand herpes?
So past the
Wait. Did these appear before or after I reached in my skippies?
They're long before you reached in your skippies, but
Oh,
I mean,
no.
you do reach in your skippies a lot.
Okay, yeah. It's spreading.
Yar. Be itchy out there on the sea.
Yard. It be
Right,
rich.
so what are we doing with the key now?
I said I was gonna pass it to whoever needs it.
Yeah, so I'll just take it back. Perlin, my head doesn't feel quite right. Would you mind opening the door and then we can get across and open the cell across?
Okay. I don't want to miss out on the fun everyone seems to be having with the key. Give it here,
Pass it on.
and I'll attempt to open the door.
Okay. And you insert the key into the door, you feel the key like shifting its shape again, and you turn the lock. And as you do, a fourth one appears. And you have a moment where you kind of start to recognize a familiar pattern to them. They're like, yeah.
He's that crab claw.
Oh my god, you're turning into Davy Jones. Doesn't he have a crab claw?
Mm-hmm.
Does he?
He does.
I thought he had
He
tentacles
does have
for
a crab
hands.
He's got
He's
got
a tentacle for one hand and a crab claw for the other.
I feel like my strength is too low to make good use of a crab claw.
That's like a surgeon.
He's the Zoidberg of the group now.
Okay.
Woof, woof.
He seems to be pretty dexterous with his claws, so I could be okay with that.
Right.
So now that our door
Alright.
is open, just sort of quietly open it. Bungus, let's we'll sit in the hallway and be prepared, and we'll wait for the others to unlock themselves, and then let's rush the door over there.
Agreed.
Do you guys hand them the key?
Yeah, pass the key through. And I would like to change my what looks like just sort of like undergarments and change into like what looks like real clothes again.
All right.
Like do prestidigitation or something like that, or minor
No,
illusion.
he has magic underpants that can change into any clothes he.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
a joke. Cool.
no, that's what I bought from old creepy lady dude.
Worth it.
Undetermined gender, mostly just gender is creepy.
The one that had a crush on has a crush on Dyror.
No.
No,
the one that
the
is like
big
some
one.
sort of like giant undead.
Oh, the
yeah.
Babadook.
The
Yeah.
magic shop.
Babadook.
That's the way I'm picturing him.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Just like long, spindly fingers and darkness. Yeah, that one.
So I grab the key, assuming that Dyror can't. Dyror's just wrists, right?
Everybody else has seemed to have no problem opening it like that, though.
I'll let you
I
go
wouldn't
first.
know that everybody else is getting the.
You've
Worse,
used the key before,
I've used it before.
and that's when you got your barnacle.
I got my barnacle then. I unlocked Dyror's muzzle and his manacles.
With each one that you unlock, your hand grows more barnacles, and by the end of opening the second one, you have 5 barnacles growing down your arm, kind of in a line.
Yummy.
I'm not getting less of them, so I also go unlock the door.
Taking one for the team.
Right? Really taking one for the team. As you unlock the door,
Sometimes
You
it
You
just
have
get
become
worse.
barnacle boy.
If anyone's gonna be Davy Jones, it's me.
as you unlock the door,
Sorry.
you notice the skin around the barnacle starts turning like hard and like almost pink, like a coral.
Harlan, you're a doctor, right? Does this look contagious?
I have something similar, and yes, I think so.
I didn't know you swung that way. Was it the same person?
You don't remember that night we had together?
I think I would
didn't
remember that. Anyways,
That ale was strong that night.
I want to grab the
Fish
bucket
ale.
on the way out of my room, just as
You
an
wanna grab the
improvised
what?
weapon.
The
The
fish
bucket.
Bucket, okay.
Put it on top of the door. Put it on top of the door.
I was gonna use it like a makeshift garrote, just like put it around somebody's
God,
face and start
Jesus
rolling.
Christ.
All right. So you grab the bucket.
Can I roll to see how full the bucket is?
It's not super full, but it's got some stuff in it.
Perlin, what your offensive spells? Do you need any sort of materials to cast those? Just want to know what we have going into this fight, since most of our normal fighters are lacking their implements.
That is a good point.
Coleman, you leveled up, right?
I did, yeah.
Coleman, not.
I did.
Okay.
Still
I
low.
I can't cast any spells without my holy.
I didn't
No, you're
symbol.
just still at 1 health when I look at your character.
I meant
Oh,
to-
I didn't know if we got our long rest.
Well, we did. I assume.
You
just
slept
said.
at the prison.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we did go long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody went field.
So I want to stealth up to where it seems like they were playing with our shit, like up to the archway.
There's kind of a staircase up, and like it's like a small staircase, with like 3 or 4 steps, and then
like a half basement.
Yeah, like a half basement, and then it like curves around to a larger staircase. You can go up that staircase. You hear the sounds coming from the top of that staircase.
Okay, I want to proceed.
But wait, before Damien, wait a damn second. We are making a plan before we go up there, and not just running in half-assed.
Well, the plan is to kill them with the poop bucket and then get the shit back.
I said, quit shouting, you ingrate.
I shit on you.
So, Atlas, I don't think I'll be able to cast Shatter because I need a chip of Micah.
Damien.
And we don't have the whole focus,
Into the bathroom.
arcane focus. But you can cast your cantrips.
Like a drink break.
I believe.
Yeah,
without-
Not all my. Some of my cantrips require.
Really?
Yeah.
I think as long as they spells don't require material components, you can cast them
Yeah.
without
Yeah,
focus.
Chill Touch, Shocking Grasp, and Magic Missile should all be fine.
Awesome. Perfect.
I on level up just with a meta choice. Not even a meta choice. What I was going to do anyways. I chose to add to my strength score. So I mean,
I can
even
cast on
just
my
like
spells, too.
normal, I can just punch them hard.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, I mean my punches. I got my fire breath too. I can use that a few times.
Yeah, and I
What?
mean, I've got my spell slots. I can
I think
use.
we're good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we're good too. I just want to know what we have going in, so we can think about it instead
no.
of just like.
Sorry, Damien. I agree with you. We should just rush them and kill them.
only 2 of them, and they
Poop
seem
bucket
pretty
or no?
stupid.
We do not know that there are only 2 of them in that room.
I'll be back.
There could be half a dozen.
Or there could be 2. We kill them quickly before
Well,
they show up.
the longer we plan, the longer they have a chance to come back down here and discover that we are no longer in the cells.
I agree that the element of surprise is going to be our best factor. I just want to make sure that we know what we're doing going in. I can command one of them to strike the other one as soon as we come in. That should throw them off guard a little bit. And then if Perlin follows up with a volley of his magical missile, I think we have a good chance of getting the drop on them. Between that and you guys running in and beating the living shit out of them, I think we have a good plan. I just want to make sure that we do this in the right order.
Question: are there any better improvised weapons? Like, obviously, I want to use the poop bucket as an offhand weapon, but is there like a big stick or
A cow's femur?
Yeah.
I don't think you would have found any improvised weapons that you would think are immediately better.
Is there a rusty, sharp piece of metal down here aside from that nail?
What about a torch? Can you take a torch off the wall? Or are they like the sconces that are like bolted in?
I imagine they're like bolted in pretty well. Like, it's the Agrians, they wouldn't spare expense on a prison.
Agrians don't spare an expense.
I'm gonna go in swinging equal lefts and rights.
Just be careful not to light any of my equipment on fire, if you don't mind. There is gunpowder, and I do not want all of our shit to blow up.
Good point. I'll try my best.
Ooh, and luckily, Dyror has his, I assume flame death, but I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
What color are you?
I have that, and I can cast a few spells,
red.
but not all my spells. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
red.
is Dyror red?
I'm a red dragon.
Huh.
Token's red.
I'm a wed.
Yeah, I never really
Red
remember.
Yeah, I guess, well, it's one of those things, it's like, I don't rely on the color on my screen because I thought, Timber was brown for the longest time.
Timber, the purple tabaxi.
I was convinced the entire time you guys were fucking with me.
Yeah,
It literally, it was like the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, purple, huh. And then it didn't occur to me that that was weird ever again. And then just one day, Matt's like, am I purple?
because I described one of the ran into another taxi. I was like, "Who's also purple?" And he's like, "What do you mean also purple?"
No, it's because he like, fixed his screen and saw it.
Well, yeah, I like to have my brightness turned on night mode at all times. It's like super night in here.
All right.
Anyways, our plan is to beat them, and
Death.
possibly make them choke on our own shit.
I like this plan.
I just want my own stuff back, but yes.
Look, as long as they die, I'm happy.
I like this monk that's like, you're talking short but very angry, like, yes, I just want my stuff back, but I want to shove the fucking down the throat.
As long as they die. Smiling.
Hey, these motherfuckers, they killed Blackheart.
I am very upset about that.
They must all die.
Is our enemy at the end of this campaign the DM? Can we kill the DM as final boss?
We just show up at Quinn's house.
We need to do that dressed as our character.
Oh my God.
And just like,
just
like
a
Chopper
super
Express.
jump from on his front porch. Just
I hope you guys liked that scene. I had that scene planned before the campaign started.
Awesome.
Oh man. Man, he got his cinnamon buns and embroidered do-rags like literally 20 minutes before he died.
I'll make that drive.
You'll make what drive?
I'll make the drive. All right.
Okay, but we have to play my D&D rules, and I just get to make mine.
No, stop.
Yo, that
It's
didn't hit me.
Coleman's turn.
You only have
Gonna throw
6
a sock
seconds
with
to beat the
dice.
shit out of me.
You're not within 5 feet right now!
All right, gentlemen.
I have dark vision.
What if Quinn just kills all of them?
Screaming from across the street. I have dark vision.
All right.
Jesus.
Let's do it.
So you guys are all at the base of the stairwell, except Damien, who is up the smaller stair, like the basement stair, or whatever you called it.
Yeah, let's sneak up.
All right. In what order? Since you had the plan to command, then magic missile, and then honestly, as far as melee is concerned, I feel like Bungus is the most.
It's going to be the best hitting unarmed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we surprise them, we should all get a turn before them, right?
It's possible.
Especially if we throw our shit on them.
That would be surprising.
Does he have the blind condition?
I'll just go second.
It's in my eye.
All right. So Atlas is going second.
It's so nasty.
Am I going up first?
Who is going up first? I'm asking for the order.
I'm planning for me, but unless somebody else wants to go first.
I like the surprise poop bucket. I like that idea. I mean, so... Sorry, does Atlas... So you want to cast command?
No, I'm gonna cast Incite Violence.
Oh, okay.
The one that like forces you to attack someone near you.
Right.
Yeah. Because I don't think you can command someone to attack someone.
Yeah, just be like one word.
Yeah, just attack, and it could be anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although Incite Violence is also it's the closest person. So
I'll go in whichever order.
Damien first, then Atlas.
I'll go in after Atlas.
After Atlas. Okay.
Should we roll for initiative? Okay, yeah.
Bungus. Just like, might not need it, but you can go ahead and do it.
But that's a good roll.
Is the poop bucket overpowered?
Probably should have made you decide this order before I made you roll initiative, but.
Well, I
mean,
feel
this is
like-
how we were lined up anyway, based on what everyone was saying. So
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Except for I haven't rolled.
Yeah, I need Bungus.
I threw it all out. Oh,
Is
whack.
that
Actually, no, I
guard to
didn't.
scale?
Yeah, is that guard a giant?
No. So I was just. I don't know if you noticed this, but I actually Photoshop all of my tokens to make them super custom. And this guy actually has the Agrian crest on his little vest, and I wanted you to
Oh,
notice.
That's cool.
Ah.
I didn't notice that. That's awesome.
I did notice. I didn't know what the crest was, but I was like, "Ooh, that's not standard." It looks really good.
All right. So you guys are going up in the order of Damien first.
As we get to the top of the stairs,
I imagine like Atlas and Damien are kind of. Damien's only like one stair ahead of you, and you're you're
I'm
to
like
the left.
looking
he's
over
to the
his
right.
shoulder, you know.
Yeah. As you get to the top, there's another like curve in the building, and you can like have a little bit of a corner to hide behind, and you can see the guards digging through these like crates that have your stuff in it.
Can I see the rectangle?
One of them pulls out. I was literally about to say that. One of them is like holding up the rectangle and saying like, "Ooh, this would look pretty good on my wall, you think?"
Can you mark that one? He's the one that's getting the poop bucket.
Okay. That one is marked.
I would like to just have my hand on Damien's shoulder and just whisper to him, and say, "Damien, please wreck their shit." I'm gonna inspire you.
All right, everyone.
Oh, yes.
Stealth check.
Still check. Yes.
Ooh.
I have a
You do not have heavy armor, so you have a
so it's still
17.
17.
You have a 17, yeah.
19, 18, 17.
I hope it's a group check.
I was planning on taking the average. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Typically, it's either the average or you set whatever the pass is, like, 15 or whatever, and then you count failures and successes, and you know, if you have 3 failures and 2 successes, then obviously the group fails, or vice versa.
Right.
Perlin?
Perlin and Golden's. Can you roll a stealth check?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess yours matters less because you're in the back, though. But I wish there was a way for me to
Are we rolling
weight the numbers.
You
All
can
right,
just
roll stealth.
do it in your mind, you know?
You could also use a calculator.
Yeah, but I don't have a quick mathematical way already summed up for that, and that sounds like something I might have to think on for more than a minute.
We'll just have the
I
first
rolled
person be at 1. The
Right. Dairo's was in the back, so Dairo's doesn't actually matter all that much. You're not gonna have alerted them. Overall, Dairo kind of trips over the stairs a little bit and might be a little loud, but the guards seem pretty distracted by all the shiny things you were carrying. One of them you see pick up a pouch and shake it, and you can hear coinage inside the pouch. And he's like,
Son of a bitch!
I don't know if they're gonna need this in evidence. Don't mind if I do.
he says as he starts putting it away.
No.
Atlas, you're up.
Yeah, I'm casting. And I started
what are you
casting. I'm gonna cast
my gun!
I'm gonna cast Incite Violence.
On.
So there's 2 guards, right?
There's 2 guards, yeah.
Okay. On the one furthest away from me,
Hang on.
charisma save.
Put them on the initiative. And let me get some fucking music going.
Yeah. So your rolls are not hidden, FYI.
It's a surprise round.
Oh, fuck, I have the wrong fucking character sheets open. Shit.
No worries.
I'm gonna use
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, Caesar. Yeah.
It said Noel.
Yeah, that's a Noel.
Hey, Noel.
No, I have the wrong fucking character sheet open. My bad.
Well, no, I mean, I often will take a character sheet and edit it, and then I won't change the name, and so it'll still be Noel or whatever, but it's actually a fucking, cultist.
By this point, have you recognized this song?
I was about to say, I was like, I recognize this. And I looked at the name. Yeah.
Oh, right, you can look at the name. Alright. Okay. So you incite violence on the one guy.
Yep, charisma saving throw.
Charisma. Let me make sure his rolls are hidden. Always just for rolls. Charisma. What's my DC?
14.
That one isn't gonna pass though.
All right, so he moves and attacks the nearest creature.
Great. He has plus something to hit, right?
No, he gets an additional D8 damage.
All right. It's the one holding the rectangle, and he just all of a sudden is oh, it's so nice. I really want to use it. And then he gets really angry and he just picks up the rectangle as much as he can and slams it down on the other guard. Really cutting into that other guard. How much extra does he roll?
1d8 additional.
An extra d8? Ooh. The other guard is looking pretty hurt after that.
Okay.
All just standing around like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I just want.
How could you?
I'm just gonna sort of like reach out and like under my breath just whisper like, kill him.
Is that your turn?
I'm gonna just step into the room and sort of get out of the way. I mean, I know there's not really a room, but I'm just gonna sort of like move off just inside the door, sort of out of the way so everyone else can get in.
Alright. Perlin, you're up.
Right.
You're still at the at the part of the stairs where like they're curving around. You can like shimmy up the stairs real fast.
So I don't have line of sight.
Not right now, but you would be able to get line of sight within your turn.
Okay.
But like just you shimmy up the stairs, I assume, if you're going in.
So move myself like here. Or does it matter?
That doesn't matter, yeah.
Theater of
I just had
mind.
your tokens, so yeah. I wanted to try real fights where, you know, you have to like just picture it.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll squeeze up the stairs. And then I guess I will cast Magic Missile.
Alright.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, yeah, I can do that one. Yeah. Okay. I'll do 2 of them at the wounded guy and then 1 of them at the... Is the closest one and the wounded one the same, or are they different?
The closest one to you is actually going to be the one that's holding the rectangle still.
Holding the what?
The big sword.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do 2 on the wounded one and 1 on the closer one.
Alright. The wounded one kind of like gets these 2 explosions pop in his face, and the one holding the sword kind of like gets stunned that he got hit by it and drops the rectangle over. He doesn't seem very strong enough to really wield a weapon like that anyway.
Oh, okay.
He's not looking super injured. He's just looking like shocked and dazed. Anything else?
That's it. But
Right.
makes me feel a little more confident, though. These guys don't really seem prepared to have to actually fight.
All right, Damien, you're up. You got the poop bucket.
I think it's Bungus before me.
I don't think.
Oh, was it?
is
Did I?
Bungus
I
got
don't think you got
6 on
added
initiative.
to the order.
Oh, yeah.
I did not, because my character was not up, sorry. 6.
Oh, sorry.
But,
Sorry, can you click on your token?
yeah. You want me to roll again?
Oh my god, I'm using my customer service voice when I said that.
Yeah, click on your token to roll again, and then you can
Yeah,
edit
can you click on your token for me? Just sign this sheet and then go stand on this yellow line for me.
Because now if you you can click on your value in the turn order and change it yourself.
Yeah. It was a 6, right?
I
You
did.
can also keep the 18.
The other
Alright,
one,
Fungus.
the one. So there's only 2.
You were-
How many are there?
There were only 2 in this room. Yeah, there were only 2 in this room.
Is there like another door?
You remember when you were brought in here that you were brought through like a big, basically like, front office is how I would describe it. There's just like a table, dude, and like a couple of dudes standing around taking names or whatever. And they took you back through a hallway that had some doors, and through this like what felt like a storage room, basically. And then the jail cells were in the back of the building, like curved in, and you kind of get the feeling that it's built in a way that like it spirals around the place that's actually storing the prisoner, so that if you ever tried to get out, you'd have to go through as much as possible.
What?
Right.
Oh, okay. So okay, gotcha.
So you and you guys couldn't have all at once fit up the stairs like that.
Well, could I reach the?
You could definitely get up the stairs and like to the guards.
I'd like to see it. Do I see my stuff laying around anywhere? Sorry, like
If you when you get to the top of the stairs,
Yeah, at
you
the
see
top.
a big pile of stuff kind of indiscriminately thrown around. You can pick out a lot of your stuff in it, but it's mixed in with everybody else's shit.
well, I guess I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna jump down and go to the one that is enraged by Atlas here and give him the old 1-2.
All right. So you like jump up in front of him and you hit him, or you go to hit him. 17 will hit, 8 will miss. Alright.
I'm gonna use another. I'm actually. I guess I can't because I said I just. Yeah, no, I can't. I used my bonus action to do another unarmed strike, not flurry of blows. So. Yeah, that'll be my turn, and I would like to, as I'm like punch him and back away, I'd like to whistle the tune that he was singing.
Nice.
Alright, so you kind of like run up to him and you kind of like run along, or you like pop up on a crate that's right in front of him and then like kick him in the head. And like carry your momentum into like running off to the side while whistling this tune there as loudly as you can whistle.
That'll be my turn.
Die roller.
Alright, are they both still alive?
They're both still alive, but one of them is like on the ground, bleeding heavily.
I want to.
You like, yeah. Are you charging up?
I want to charge up the stairs and like line up to where my fire breath will hit both of them, and I want to blast them both with fire.
All right. You kind of like run off to the side. Are you sure you want to blast them with fire?
Well, I already rolled it.
Now that you say.
Okay. DC 12. What am I rolling?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
I rolled.
Dexterous is a powder keg.
That sucks.
Dexterous as a powder keg. You rolled 3?
Yeah.
Only 3 damage?
Yeah. I rolled like.
You rolled min.
Yeah.
You rolled actual min.
Yeah.
For that, you run up and you like cough out this fire breath, but you seem to be kind of like coughing a bit weaker than normal from like the muzzle from before. You're like still like getting your breath back. And fortunately, nothing seems to ignite from that, other than the guards themselves. However, the guard that was on the ground did seem to have a little bit of like powder from his pistol on him, and it like burns up his body, and he's like now just this charred corpse.
All right.
That's what they get.
I'm gonna call him a shit-eating scum and draconic, and then in my turn.
All right, Damien.
That's you,
up.
Damien. That's all you.
As the anchor to this relay, I would like to. Can I use the shit bucket as a weapon? Not even as a weapon, as like throw shit out the sky as an object interaction while I run for my sword.
Sure.
As I'm running towards him, I throw the shit like on him. just like not even throw
What
this
I'm
shit, just like
imagining-
throw the full bucket at him.
What I'm imagining is you're running at him, and you just turn the bucket on his head, and like put it over top of his head.
Yes. It's exactly how I picture it. And I want to roll and grab my sword, and I want to bring the sword down right on top of the bucket.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say grabbing the sword is your bonus action.
Shitty
fine.
sword stab.
Roll the hit.
I want to take a -5 to hit.
Okay.
That'll be a 10.
Ooh. You looked so cool doing this. You come out moving so quick, like get the bucket on his head, roll back, and then pick up your sword and like swing it around. And as you're swinging it around, you weren't looking when you swung, and you just like hit the ground right next to him.
Oh, well, I guess it's too late.
Even with advantage, I would have missed. So it's like,
No,
oh, yeah, I
You
could
were
have
inspired.
rolled my inspiration, but yeah, well,
I sorry,
that's-
didn't get to you in time. Sorry.
you're good.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
Okay. I will. So there's just the one guy standing right now.
There's just the one guy. He's got a shit bucket on his head, and if he tries to swing, he's gonna have disadvantage.
All right. I'm just going to I'm just going to walk slowly towards him, and just start sort of like muttering under my breath, and I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
How's this one work?
He has to make a DC 14 Wisdom save, and his mind is just he just hears these like voices whispering into him. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. And if he fails, he takes damage. And
He
has to
did
run away.
manage to succeed.
Okay. So, on a failed save, takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far away from you as possible. On a successful save, takes half as much damage and does not have to move away. So,
Takes 4.
Yeah, takes 4 points of psychic damage.
So, like, he's got the shit bucket on his head and he's trying to remove it, and he just hears echoing all throughout the shit bucket, like, you're gonna die, you fucking piece of shit. He's like falling around for a second, and you can see he's like got some like mental anguish as like streaks of liquid stream down his body.
Ew.
Okay.
Right?
I'm just
Anything?
gonna keep moving into the room and start trying to find where my stuff is.
Right.
But that ends my turn.
Alright, Perlin, you're up, and you can prevent him from getting a turn at all.
Nice. I should probably just cast Magic Missile again, make sure I get some hits.
Right?
Nice.
How do you do it?
Okay, let's see. Trying to think of a fun interaction with the shit bucket. Okay, I guess, I don't know. The first missile's gonna knock the shit bucket off his head, and then he just sees the other two approaching for direct shots. And, I don't know, blow a hole in his chest or something. He is
You
dead.
said direct shots. I thought you were going to be like, the first one knocks the shit bucket off, the other two like spear him through the eyes.
Oh, how big is the magic missile? I always imagine it being, like, huge.
I imagine it like about that much in diameter.
Okay, that works.
Oh. Great. With that, like this guard's head is just like completely, like just bisected by these two magic missiles, and you are out of combat for the time being.
Cool.
What do you do?
Get all
Get my shit back.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's collect our stuff.
Put the armor on.
That's the thing. I start putting my armor on. Although I wonder if we have enough time.
What, 10 minutes?
Well, you guys, because ours doesn't take as long. I don't think Bungus is even wearing armor, but I mean, I only have
I'm
leather armor.
not.
Mine only takes like a couple minutes. So, while you guys are still going, we'll watch the door.
Sucks. I can't attune the.
Hold on,
stove
guys. We need to get dressed.
Okay,
Oh, shit, yeah, we
so
can't attune to anything.
you're gonna take the 10 minutes to put on the heavy armor, and like have two guys watch the door or something.
I gotta see.
Who's watching the door? Just Atlas.
I'm watching the door.
I-
Does not require attunement.
Yeah, I mean, I can. I just put my
Does not
my,
require attunement.
like lower robes on. I'm not wearing a shirt, and I'm wrapping my wraps up. But
Okay.
How long does it take us to gather all of our stuff?
Probably about 5 minutes. While you guys are getting your armor on, I assume, or when you guys first start putting your armor on, because you got to be quick. I assume the other three are kind of like divvying out and like making piles of who gets who's, sorting it out.
Mm-hmm.
And after about 5 minutes, you two run to the door and kind of check.
So I'd like to like peek out into the hallway and just see what's there, just so we have an idea.
As you peek out into the hallway, you see roll perception.
Okay.
You see a couple of doors off to the side, and you see like another like big open area that you came in, and there's like a desk. And you remember when you came in, there was somebody sitting behind the desk, and now there's nobody sitting there.
Okay.
You see like one of the chairs knocked over, and you kind of one of the chairs like at a that was at a table nearby knocked over, and you get the sense that somebody might have like run outside in a hurry.
Do I hear anything? Do I hear people moving around in the building? I mean, I did roll a natural 20.
You were kind of like full of adrenaline and like ready to kill these guys before, but now you do start hearing screaming from coming from inside.
From outside?
Yeah,
Okay.
you hear a faint whisper of like a child maybe in the distance screaming, "Monster! Monster!"
Got it. I'll just pop back into the room. I believe there might be something going on outside. Seems to have distracted what remains of the guard force here. This might be the perfect opportunity to escape, whatever this might be.
So you didn't see anything? You just.
I mean, I can go look.
Might be best if we go together.
Well, while you guys are still getting your shit put together,
Oh, are we still putting on our armor?
Yeah, you guys are still putting on your armor.
Oh, okay.
I'll just go take a peek out the front door, and I'll be right back.
I want to loot one or two of these guards. Also see if they have any stuff that looks like it wasn't theirs in their pockets.
Okay. So you want to loot the guard?
Yeah.
Let's see. You find.
You have one for everybody.
Go ahead.
Theme.
I do actually.
That's dope. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm not supposed to look. I do because I'm
You
like.
aren't supposed to look. That's for me, damn it.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to ask how you guys
Oh,
see it, but
this is Die Wars theme?
Sorry.
Interesting.
I have diverse gameplay.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So, you find about like 15 gold between the two guards. You find some black powder, a couple of pistol rounds. You do, and they both had pistols. If you want to take those.
Sure.
Other than that, they had like some leather armor on them, and maybe like a couple of rings or something of like value there. One of them has a gold tooth that you like pull out.
Nice.
It's the one that got covered in shit, or the one that didn't get covered in shit?
The one that didn't get covered in shit, fortunately. Right.
All right. Does anybody want a pistol right now?
I have one.
I thought you were in the sermon right now, right?
Do you need a?
I mean,
certain-
I haven't gone anywhere yet. I was waiting for.
Okay. Okay.
Do you need like a certain proficiency to use firearms?
I think being proficient in firearms is a thing. I'll let. You're a paladin. I'd let a fighter use it without a proficiency. Though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess I'll take it just in case. But I have my axes.
When I would not be able to use a pistol.
Could probably just use it without
Yeah,
your
I feel
proficiency
like-
bonus.
Yeah, I feel like anybody can use it. It's just whether you get a proficiency bonus or not.
Oh, okay.
In theory, could I show him how to use a pistol? Eventually?
like with your background, you would absolutely know how to use a pistol. So
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like in our spare time,
Yeah.
can I show him how to use it? Okay.
yeah, on not right now, obviously,
Right.
but like on standard time, you could like give him training, and so could I don't know if
Okay.
you could ever find your crew if they're dead. Right?
Right.
Well, we have
So, yeah,
one of them with
I'll
us.
keep one, and I'll
Yeah,
get
you
one.
got Olzot.
Which I
Who-
assume we're carrying him since he didn't figure out how to unlock his thing.
Well, he couldn't pick up the key was the thing, and he did get his thing unlocked. Bungus unlocked
Oh, did
it
he?
for him,
Okay,
and
cool.
also he has a nub.
I'll give everyone 3 gold, just distributing that out, and I'm
Right.
keeping the tooth since I had to clean shit off it.
Fair enough.
Right. After all of this is said and done, it's been about 15 minutes, and you can all now hear like the screams coming from outside. You actually hear like what sounds like a cannon fire as like the ground shakes around you. And you're all like armored up, and you all have your shit sorted back. You've all got your stuff again.
Well, I believe we should just keep our heads down and get far away from the prison before we figure out what our next plan is. I wouldn't want to be seen by anyone who might recognize us nearby.
Sounds like they might be a bit distracted, but you're right. Should
That is why I believe it now is the best time to get away.
They also may need assistance, however.
That sounds like their problem.
As far as I'm concerned, these Agrians, they're dead to me.
So, a few bad apples ruin the lunch for you? That's what you're saying, Davo?
Oh, you're one.
Who's the racist one now?
You're one.
Damien, I'm having a very hard time understanding where you draw the line, and I am not even going to waste the little brain cells I have left figuring out where that is. Let's just
What you
go.
were talking about? Please enlighten me.
I'm just gonna walk away.
All right. Did you still want to like peek outside?
No, I'm just gonna walk right through the front door as if we like belong there, and just
Alright.
keep on walking.
All right. You guys walk through like the little open office area. There doesn't seem to be anyone left in the building. There were doors, but you just walk past them. You might have heard like a whimpering coming from one of the doors, but completely ignore it. You open the door. You
just
walk
when
right up.
just when I get to the door, be like, you don't think the captain would have been in here, do you? He said he was going to be tied to the ship. I assume he's not here.
Well, I believe Alistair did say he was going to take him specifically to the old world, to Agria.
Kensington said he was taking him to New Elsenburg.
My bad.
Yeah.
New Elsenburg. Where is that?
I think we were just there.
You were close to it. You weren't just there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's near
Archibald.
It's in New Adria.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it on the map.
It's right on the Horn.
What is a horn?
It's just a peninsula.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a word, basically a word for that.
Like Cape.
Yeah, the Horn in like real world history is like the tip of like the southern tip of South America. But yeah,
you go around the horn like a gentleman.
exactly.
Like when you miss the channel.
You take the canal like a. Do you go around the Horn like a gentleman, or you take the canal like some kind of Democrat?
Thank you, Quentin.
All right, fellas. If there's no one here left to... Does anyone care about who was whimpering behind that door? I am finding myself quite tired and not sure if I really have any fucks left to give.
Whimpering behind. I do.
Of course you do. Well, let's go back and just like sort of walk back to the door, whatever one it was. Just pull out the pistol, throw open the door, and just like see what's in.
As you open it up, it's a woman, and she's just like, "We're under attack. Please, no.
What?
I mean, no harm."
Who's attacking you? Well, besides, I mean, we are not attacking you. Right? I'll put the gun away.
It's Udra.
Ah.
What'd
I
she say?
missed. It's Udroth. Ah.
Damn it.
Well, just stay in here. I'm sure it'll sort itself out soon. I'll just close the door and be like, let's fucking go. I have no time for these petty misunderstandings. I am not wasting my time on some harlot.
Do you think you would be able to broker a ceasefire, or I guess you on the outs, based on what I understand, but I don't know.
If Udroth started the attack, I'm afraid the only one that can call it is whoever's commanding the ships.
You wouldn't be able to use your connections to get us a ride off this rock, would you?
Potentially.
Does Udroth have a navy? I guess that's me being racist. I just assumed they didn't have boats. Maybe canoes or like
Jesus Christ.
whales that they rode.
Yes, Udroth has a navy, and it's currently destroying... I'm sorry, what town are we in?
Newzos.
Currently destroying Newzos by the sound of it.
Well, let's try not to get shot by cannons. Do you think we should just try to liberate a ship ourselves, or try to catch a ride with these, of your fellow kinsmen?
You can also look for your ship.
I was gonna say we should look for our ship.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was catch a ride. That was the other one. Yeah.
Get your ride.
Catch a ride!
Yes, let's
As
go.
long as we pose no threat, Udroth will leave us alone, but unfortunately the cannon fire doesn't discriminate, so let's be careful.
As much as I would like to be big fucking heroes, I don't think there's much we can do in this situation.
Also,
So I
fuck
suggest
these
we
people.
save our own hide.
I agree. Fuck these people.
Alright, so do you walk outside?
Yeah, out the door. Like, as if we own the fucking place. Just like, pretend like we're supposed to be there.
I'm actually going to lead, and I want to put my sword up in front, kind of like a bonus action to raise my AC.
Yeah, so like you're holding the sword up kind of like a shield. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. As you walk out, you see streets like filled with strife. A couple of buildings are on fire in the distance. The street is littered with bodies, both dragonborn and human. The sun is high in the sky, but you would hardly be able to tell it from how red everything looks. It feels like it's like sunset because of like the fires like in the city or wherever.
Smoke, probably also from the cannons and stuff, I'd say.
And smoke from the cannons and everything. The air is thick, like you feel like you could cut through the smoke with a knife just from walking outside. In the distance, you can see the dock line like far off in the distance, and you can't really see what all is there. But on the other side of town, you see the unmistakably 5 Udrothian warships like coming in. There are about 3 Agrian naval ships, what is the word? Scrimmage? Not scrimmage, but like
Skirmish.
meeting them. Skirmishing with them. Yeah. However, one of the ships does seem to be managing to just seize fire onto the coastline. As far as the bodies go, you notice a lot of the human bodies don't seem to be soldiers.
No, a lot of civilian casualties.
Say that roll. This is unexpected.
It
Do you?
wasn't supposed. Never mind.
Are you all trying to think of a politically correct way to put this. Were things like this when you left? Was this the common battle tactic? I'm trying to be more understanding that maybe the tales I've been told aren't quite so black and white, but right now it just seems kind of black.
Ooh, don't like that. Ooh.
I don't know what's happened. I don't know why just wanted slaughters happening. I wasn't expecting this.
Perhaps as we move through the streets, you might want to cover yourself or disguise if you have the ability to do so.
You definitely see Daiwa. He's definitely like upset that like innocent people were killed.
I'll just walk up to him and be like,
But he,
Daro, I understand this is a terrible situation, and we will find a way to make this better. But right now, we have to focus on survival. We will die if we stand here in these streets.
I don't think you do understand. All these people are dead because of me.
Daro,
This wasn't supposed to happen. Not like
We'll
this.
touch base on this in a bit. Let's see if we can find some answers on our way.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, where are you heading? Like, what? Just pick a direction. Where are you going?
I want to pick to go see where we last saw our boat. Shit.
That would be at the dock line,
Yacht?
which is basic. So, like, to the east, you see, like, is where the ships are scrimmaging, and then to the west is where you would see the dock line. So, like, the ships are actually scrimmaging away from the docks.
Okay, so they're skirmishing out on the open ocean away from the... Okay, yeah, we want to go towards... at least Damien's going to go towards the dock.
yeah, we are
It seems like Atlas is also Team Dock.
hauling
And-
fucking ass.
Alright. Anybody
to-
looking out for anything in particular? Like,
I think
Wanna give
Damien trying to
everybody a
save the
chance.
people he can on his way.
Damien, what?
I think so. Like, if there's, like, I don't know, if like an Udrothian. I assume they're not all just like Dragonborn, or if there's like I don't know children or like innocents on the way, he might try to like save them and bring them along to somewhere safer. Maybe.
If we,
Who knows?
The first time we come to some sort of innocent civilians, let us know on our way.
Yes.
Whether they're injured or just wandering,
Dairo
you
wants
tell
to,
us.
He wants to,
We'll figure something out.
he wants to try and help civilians, if there are any.
We'll RP
As you're
some of them.
running, right? As you're running through, you see like this like woman kind of like children like come on, like moving her kids like through the streets quickly, like trying to get across the street. And you see 3 Udrothian soldiers like in the distance, like closing in on them.
Darrell.
Opposite direction of us.
The family, so like out of your way, but not like super out of your way. Like they're to the left and you're going straight.
Darrell, come with me. We'll distract them. Damien, why don't you help this woman and her children head towards the woods and away from the conflict.
Plan.
And as we make our way towards the Udrothians, I would like to disguise self as a Dragonborn. Similarly to how I've seen how Dairo is dressed, and I'll also like change my clothes to like be a Udrothian garb as well, so we look like we're soldiers.
All right. The guards approach. Before we get on that, what are the other 3 of you doing with the mother and children? Bungus, what are you doing?
I guess I would help.
Gideon?
Dairo.
You'd help with Dairo?
Yeah, Dairo's my closest companion of the group, so I will. If he wants to help, I'm sorry.
So Dairo is like trying to confront the Dragonborns, and it seemed that the strategy there was pretend they are. Yeah, so I'm just clarifying.
I'm not a dwarf. I'm not a dwarf.
Are you a gnome? Or an elf?
Yeah, I'm gonna just try and stay out of sight, just because I feel like I'm gonna be.
Are you gonna try to help with the family, or are you just gonna try to
can I be like
grab a kid
in a
just by the scruff of the neck and just run him across the street?
Yeah, I was gonna be like, can I go in like hide somewhere and like wave for them to come like?
Yeah.
Unless like we have to go fight somebody to save them.
You might not have to, but we'll find that out. So
I'm just trying to like stay out of sight because I feel like a tiny man running across the street. The Udrothians are gonna see that.
Right, and then Perlin. Okay, right then. All right, so you're just trying to stay out of sight then. Perlin, are you gonna try to help with the family or anything?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So Damien and Perlin, what are you 2 doing to like help? Like they're trying to cross the street, and the mom like almost twists her ankle as she's like shimmying these like 2 little children across.
Do I feel like the children are would like naturally travel slower than the mom?
A bit, yeah.
I want to pick up the children.
Both of them? Like firemen carry them, or?
Yeah.
All right.
Just like a watermelon carry, but over top.
Right. Yeah.
I can cast Long Strider on the mom so she can keep up with us.
There we go.
Ooh, yeah.
She'd be zooming.
Right. The mother's like, look, My leg doesn't hurt anymore. And my leg doesn't hurt anymore. Thank you. And you guys made it get across the street. She points out and she's like, "There's a little safe house over there. I think we can hide there."
Erlen, do you think the safe house is safe?
What does it look like?
It's just like basically a little hole in the wall of a door, and at the bottom of like a little staircase curved around an alleyway.
Sorry, could you say it again?
So there's like
pop-ups with long strider.
Oh no, you're fine. There's like an alleyway like around what you're saying, and as you turn around the alleyway, there's like this little staircase that goes kind of underground, and there's a little hole in the wall door there.
So the woman says it's safe?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. We can be on guard though.
Do you follow her in, or do you just like let her go down?
I at least want to see what it kind of looks like in there, so I'll follow in.
So the kids, am I in front or I'm assuming I'm behind?
You were in front.
in front.
I thought you were in front. You just grabbed the kids and went.
Even if I'm in front, I can't really open the door anyways, I guess.
Right.
Well, I set the kids down if we're going in there.
All right. As you open the door, you see like a couple of like peasant families just kind of like welcoming the kids in and saying, "Oh, over here," and like taking them off to like a little corner, and they're all like kind of like hustled back and hiding, and they're like seal the door, close it, don't make no sounds.
I back out and close the door.
Okay.
Or I assume we're closing the door. Perlin, are you in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you close the door if you choose to.
All right, are you leaving or are you staying?
I'm not staying in the safe house.
I want to tell the woman, I want to make sure she understands that the spell I cast on her is only going to last for an hour. Her leg will go back to hurting again after that. Just so she's not disappointed later.
Thank you for your help. She says as like you're walking away, and they're all like, "Thank you, and God bless you. God bless both of you. Stay safe."
All of you as well. Alright. We want to go back out?
I think so. Can we cut to...
Yeah, that's what I was about to be. I was wrapping that end up. All right, Gyroar and Atlas. These three guards like confront you and say, "Sit," and they're like, "Where'd they go? Did you see them? Where'd they go? Did you see them?"
While we're walking over, I just want to like whisper to Gyroar, "You have the experience here. Do you want to handle this, or do you want me to try to talk our way out of it?"
Let me ask some questions first.
Understood. I just don't want you to be
If
too
things get
wrapped
bad,
in it.
Yeah, if things look too bad, feel free to interrupt. And what did the guards say?
They say,
Did you see them? But I saw them go around the corner.
I'm just gonna ask. I'm just gonna ignore their question and be like, "What's going on here? Why is this attack been called? You're killing innocent civilians."
But they're hiding it. They're hiding it. What do you mean we're killing innocents? There are no innocents that hide things from our emperor.
Who called this attack? Who ordered this? This isn't what was supposed to happen.
The traitor, Dairor Arhan, ordered this attack.
I'll just sort of step in at this point. And we received word from command that they had spotted what maybe looked like a promising lead headed towards the jail in an attempt to protect and hide it even more. That is where our current orders lie.
Roll persuasion.
Is this
Or
persuasion
deception.
or deception? Okay.
Deception.
Okie dokie. Deception. 20.
Met one and win. Right. They're like,
Where? There?
kind of like pointing off to like in roughly the direction you were at, like this, like almost this like inconspicuous building looks just kind of probably like this building sitting next to the barracks right here.
Mm-hmm. No, you fools! That way, and I'll point towards sort of the general area where it is, and I'll point to one. Do I recognize? I probably wouldn't know their ranks or anything like that. I'll just point to one and be like, "You go find the round up the stragglers and head in that direction. Ignore the civilians for now. We know where we're supposed to be going. Go quickly."
He's right.
Then two of them run off, but one of them stays behind. Is like,
Wait, what were your names? What were your ranks?
Soldier, are you questioning an order? We have received word from on high. Sorry, hold on. We've received, what was, so Jesse cannot remember. When we met, Creve, what was his rank? So I feel like that was mentioned.
he was a general, but he would have been an admiral when he switched to Navy.
Okay. We received orders direct from the Admiral. Are you being insubordinate, soldier? What is your name? I shall have you court-martialed for this. I would be I'm trying to make an intimidation check. Not doing a fantastic job. Because I cannot do like a deep, gruff voice at all.
Yeah, you can roll intimidation for that. I was waiting to see if Dyror interjected anywhere.
I'm trying to think of something.
Okay.
I'll wait.
While you wait, I'm pulling up my fantasy game generator.
God damn it. Alright. Let's be like you asked our names and ranks. My name's Dywar Arhan. I was a corporal. I ask you. Sorry, Jesse.
Big dick energy.
Who is leading this attack? I demand to speak with them.
I'm just gonna like sort of like rub the side of my face. Just like,
Admiral Admiral Rocky would love to speak with you.
I would love to speak with Admiral. What was it? Rocky?
Rocky.
R-A-G-H-E. I don't know how I would pronounce that.
Rocky?
Rocky. That's how I was thinking.
wait, can you spell that again?
R-A-G-H-E.
Rocky.
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 I'm
And
sure there's like phlegm in there somewhere.
I'd love to speak to Rocky as well.
I'll grab Dyror's arm and be like, obviously I am already taking this traitor to speak to Rahi. Now I gave you an order, soldier. Direct from the Admiral himself. Go. Do his will. For the Emperor.
Roll your intimidation check.
Okay, so is this still intimidation or is this deception now that we sort of
This is going to be
gears?
deception now, actually, now that you're super lying about it.
Yeah, alright. Well, I rolled minimum.
So did he. I rolled a nat 2 and a nat 1 on checking you, so. He says, and then he runs off to the building you pointed out.
He runs to the wrong building?
No,
building
to the
I
building
pointed.
that his friends ran to. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Wait. So did no one do what I told them to like go round up the other soldiers?
I didn't catch that you told them to do that.
Yeah. Well, I pointed to one and said, "Hey, go get other soldiers and tell them to go here and ignore the civilians." That we found what we were looking for, essentially.
Okay, the two that ran off earlier would have done that, and the one would have gone towards the location you said where it was.
Perfect. Yeah, being real descriptive there.
Yeah.
We have found it. Yeah. Okay. So as he runs off, just sort of grab Dairo by the arm. Dairo, are you trying to? I'll switch back into my normal accent. And be like, Dairo, are you trying to get us killed? We do not have time for this. We can sort out this whole catastrophe later.
The only way to stop the attack and to save all these people is to speak with the commander of this fleet and to have him call off the attack. What are we supposed to just leave these people?
Do you really think that they're going to listen to us?
They'll have to.
What sway do you hold over these people? He said the attack was called by you? Could you really call off this attack?
I'll just need to speak to the commander.
Well, let us get our ship, and then I assume the Admiral is probably on one of those vessels out there.
Admiral. Is he an admiral or commander?
He was an admiral.
Admiral.
I said admiral.
Unless you believe he'd be leading the ground forces somewhere. You're familiar with their tactics?
It's most likely he would be on a ship, giving commands. I don't know how navies actually work. He'd be giving commands by on a boat or something.
Seems reasonable. Like a wizard would be giving his telepathically
Yeah. He'd have some kind of magic way to relay his commands to different units.
Signal flags.
But I'm telling you right now, they're going to tear this place apart and kill every single person here if the Admiral does not call off the attack. That includes you and potentially me.
Well, let us make our way to the ship, and we will head out there.
If it's even still there.
It seemed like the attack was on the other side of the island. I feel like there's a good chance. But
You're actually on a continent, but
whatever.
Not to be pedantic.
We'll make our way. We'll have no way to reach this Admiral if we don't get onto the water anyway.
Fine. Let's just go quickly.
All right. I will. So now that we have all our ship back, I'll pull out a wire, and I'll just point in the direction of where I know like Bungus was hiding, and I'll speak into the wire and say I'm gonna cast message, which is a cantrip. Has a 120-foot range. I'm assuming he's still close enough. Okay. And I'll just say, Bungus, get the others. We're moving out.
Bungus, you hear this message?
Yes.
And as you get that message, you see the like Perlin and Damien kind of like peek around a corner. What do you do?
Wait, we're going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going. We're moving. Moving out.
Great. So Bungus kind of like waves you guys down and brings all the three of you in, and you kind of like walk another block down and round the corner. You meet back up with Berlin and Dyror. The five of you together are now probably about like 100 yards down from the dock line, and you can see your ship is still there. You also see three forms running around frantically on the deck of the ship.
On our ship?
Yeah.
From this distance, can we tell if they're human or...
You can tell they're human.
Okay.
Does one of them seem to be where?
Okay.
One of them seem to be wearing...
A top hat.
No.
I would like to, as I guess we're heading towards the dock, I'll take the wire out again. Are we within 120 feet of it?
About you've been running down, like sprinting down as fast as all of you can go. You're not within range right when I said it, but not much would happen in the time that it would take you to get in range.
Okay. So I'll cast message again, pointing at one of the figures on the deck, and I'll just say, "The fuck, the fuck do you think you're doing?" You can reply to this message.
You see that figure stop and just kind of like start frantically looking around, and then make eyes with you and yell.
But he doesn't have to yell. It comes back through the spell.
Yeah, it's like, Atlas, over here! Quick, you're alive! Yeah, thank God!
Who do I recognize the voice?
Yeah, it's Kymel.
Oh, okay. All right. As we approach the ship, or as we're running towards the ship, I'll just be like, "It's the rest of the crew." Oh shit! I'm totally losing the accent tonight. It's the rest of the crew. It seems like they might be getting the ship ready for transport. We might have had a stroke of luck here.
Should we use the ship to... Did I hear Dairo's plan to call off the attack, or... No, I didn't.
I'd repeat it, honestly.
Has he been saying it this entire time?
Just on repeat over and over. He will say that if we're flying the Agrian flag, then we'll be shot down before we even reach the ship.
Should we take the flag down, or hastily draw the Udrathian flag?
Do you have it?
I think we should just fly flagless.
A white flag of surrender, maybe.
Ooh. I like that plan, Dairo.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be a invitation? Possibly.
An invitation, what, to be
Yeah.
boarded?
Yeah. If we're surrendering.
They could come to us instead. That might be easier.
Yeah, fair.
We gotta have some kind of white cloth, right?
You probably have a white cloth. You could probably construct.
What color were our underwears in Prism?
Light
not,
brown.
not white
Hold
anymore.
on. Hold on. Big brain time. Could we use Atlas's magic underwear to make an Udrathian flag?
I'm not taking that off.
What color are our bedrolls? Are those white?
Certainly we can find some sort of white cloth on the ship. Let's just get this thing out of dock. First step is to not be overrun by Udrathian soldiers.
And then we hear,
you
did
hear,
somebody say Doc?
Oh my god, no!
Why did you speak that into existence?
It's happening now.
You see a foreign body on your ship.
Oh my god, man.
God, I really want it to happen spoken into existence now, but no, I feel like this is a bit more serious of a moment that Doc wouldn't appear in. You hear, like, as you guys are, like, getting on board or whatever, Kymel and Polnareff greet you, and they're like, where are the others?
There's no time for that. We will discuss that in a moment. We have a plan.
As Damien said, shove off. We have a boat
You can't
to
leave
catch.
without the captain. Where is he?
The captain is here no longer. We will retrieve him when possible. But first, we have to make sure the rest of us don't die. Now I said shove off, damn it.
I say, shove off.
Roll intimidation. He just kind of like...
I'm in the zone tonight.
Yeah, he just kind of like, yes, sir. And then runs off and like starts hauling sails, and getting everything ready. Do you guys take your stations?
Yeah, I'll take the wheel. Just keep shouting commands like we're in the zone.
Should I assume my station is cannon right now, or
Yeah, you can go grab the
Ballista.
ballista. I was about to call it a blunderbuss. I'm like, that's definitely not it.
The arquebus.
All right.
Darrow,
so-
help Damien. Let's go ahead and at least prepare if we have to get into combat.
Fine. I'll go help Damien.
All right. So you two are on the ballista, and you get the ship out into the open water. Get you back on the ship. Should be the stormy waters. Stormy waters. Okay. Oh, not that one. Not that one. Oops. Don't worry about that. Yeah, that's good. Your stations. Olzad is like gone up below deck and he seems to be digging around and shit, probably trying to find something to put on his hand. Kaimil is like getting his pistols ready and standing at the side of the boat. You're kind of like backing out of the dock and like pushing off, and your ship starts turning eastward towards the conflict.
Cyrus, down below decks, help Oslot. He's been quite critically injured.
You know, I didn't sign up for this.
I don't.
He says as he's running down.
I don't remember
go ahead,
asking you a
Mike,
damn thing.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Darrow, this is gonna be your show when we arrive. I certainly hope you're ready for this.
I'm ready.
We're gonna be making
Just-
fast way towards them. Hopefully they don't shoot us on the arrival. But I
Sounds
want
good.
all speed on our way there so that they, if they do decide to shoot at us, we have a chance to miss.
Not prepared for you guys to engage with them.
Better get prepared.
As long
I'm trying to.
well, if we sell the white flag, would they come to us instead? Like, would they board us instead? That way, we're not like
all-
sailing directly towards.
all
them.
of the ships over there seem busy.
Okay.
I believe they're quite possibly engaged right now. Flying the white flag will at least help maybe us not get shot on the way over, but I feel like our best course of action is just to head right towards them. It'll be probably hours before that conflict is settled.
Actually, I have an idea. Could I take off like
Um.
my tabard that has the Adrothian symbol and like attach that to the flag?
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be like.
You
big-
might want to let me get my next sentence out first.
Okay.
So as you guys are like sailing towards it, you start to get a better look at all the ships and the conditions that they're in, and they all seem to be pretty tattered. But right as you start thinking about it and like stripping off your tabard, you hear this like cannon shot go louder than every other one, and you see just this large explosion come from the center of one of the Udrothian ships as it starts like sinking below the waves.
Where did the shot come from?
The Agrian ship.
Damn.
I'm no expert, but it seems like maybe the powder magazine was hit. Hopefully we can reach this admiral in time before he is blown to whatever hell that Udrothians go to.
Then let's go quickly.
All right. What flag are you putting on?
Well, you know, seeing this ship just like get fucking exploded, maybe it's not a good idea to put on the Udrothian flag.
So it's 2-on-2 and they all kind of look kind of shaken up.
3-on-4. 3 Agrian, 4 Udrothian. They all look kind of shaken up. However, the Agrian ships do seem bigger.
Okay. Is there one Udrothian ship that looks larger, some sort of flagship?
There would be like a flagship. of the Adrothians.
So we're heading towards that one.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like it's in, like, also in sort of direct combat, or is it more leading the fray from a little distance?
The lead ship would also be in direct combat, but not as close to the ships as the others. So, like, basically, there's 3 ships in a one-on-one combat with one Adrothian ship providing support from the sides.
Mm-hmm.
And the one providing the support from the sides is actually closer to you guys than everything else.
Let's make haste.
Let's go.
Full speed to the sails.
Right. You approach it, and you start. As you get closer, you can hear the frantic footsteps of soldiers running around on the deck of the ship, shouting like, "Load that cannon! Get ready to fire! The sails are damaged!" Yes.
When we get within 120 feet, I would like to attempt to contact the person at the helm.
All right. And hearing all that, you're probably now within messaging range, and you take out your little wire, and you start speaking into it. What do you say?
We come with parley terms. Do not fire upon our ship. We are approaching from your port side.
No, hardly seems like the time for parley.
I'll message back and say, I have a message from Daror Arhan himself.
Relay it.
He says very angrily.
Soldier, I don't know if you understand me. I have Daror with me right now.
Is that so?
Just tell him.
Then, tell. Where is it?
Okay. I would say I think he only has.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, you only have
Okay.
like 6 seconds to go back and forth, so it's very short messages.
I have a very important question. Is the gemstone? Where do we know where it is? I
That's
assume
the
that.
question.
I assume
have
that.
it.
That's
I
a
thought-
question for
wasn't-
Bungus.
wasn't it-
My assumption would have been that you would have left it on the ship when you went to town.
Yeah. I thought it was on the ship still.
Yeah, so it would be on the
Okay.
ship. I didn't think you would carry that around town.
No.
And I'm not going to be like, you didn't tell me, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'll just shout out, Daror, they're asking if we have it. I don't even know what it is, but I'm about to tell them we do.
I'm just gonna turn to Bungus, and I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry. Tell them that we have the gem.
Daror, this is not what I was expecting.
I promise you, this is not what I was expecting either.
I'll turn back to the ship and say,
Tell them to call off the attack, to flee.
Based on what I know of the conversations between Dyror and Bungus, who is the rightful owner of the gem?
Nobody knows.
To be fair, Bungus did need it before me. Like, that was...
I did. Yeah.
I only found out that I
was-
needed it, like, later on.
Bungus
But-
did call dibs.
Tell them to stop the attack, to flee, and we'll follow.
Okay. So we're gonna satisfy both sides here. Atlas, can you disguise another object as the gem?
It would be quite obvious, and only for a very short amount of time.
For a period of time.
As soon as they tried to touch the object, it would be quite clear that it is not the gem.
Okay, so what we do, we disguise it as the gem and we throw it into the sea and say, catch. We'll have to send somebody down to get it, and by then, we're gone.
It's not the worst idea I've ever heard. It is close. I'll message Navigator and say, we have the gem. Call off the attack before more lives are lost.
It hardly appears these bastards would let us do that.
If I'll message back. If you retreat away from the city, they should have no reason to follow.
Man, you did see a lot of bodies.
Yeah, but the people on the boat shouldn't really know.
Fair, fair.
At least not yet. Hopefully.
Although the Agrans probably have.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably also some. They might not know the extent, though.
Yeah. All right. With that, you hear like more gunfire, and you see these two large explosions, one on an Agrian ship and one on a Drathian one. Both seem to be going down now.
Can you talk to the Agrian ships? Are you in range? Tell them to focus their efforts on saving their town. It's burning down. Tell them that Udroth will retreat.
I can certainly try. Hard to starboard, we're making a turn, or whatever. And we're just gonna, like, as we make a pass, I'll message the Udrothian ship again and say, the Agrian ships are about to pull back. Now is your chance. And
Did anyone contact Agria?
Yeah, and then I'm going to message across the Agrian ship and say...
Okay. I was about to make you roll deception, but okay.
Yeah, no, I am going to... I just wanted to go ahead and tell them that, hey, start moving. And then I'll message the Agrian ship and say... I guess whichever one we're closest to, and say... Pass the word. The Udrothian ships are retreating. The city is in quite dire straits. We need all hands to put out the fires. Would I know if, like, just on Agrian sort of structure, would there be, like, a mayor or, like, a governor or, like, some sort of
This
central
in
town
particular
figure?
Would be run by a general.
Okay.
Because this town is special because it's basically a fort.
A military base, got it.
Yeah.
Like,
if you look at its location, it's basically just their way into the other side of the Gulf.
Got it. So I'll say, the general is recalling all hands. And if you need me to lie about that, I will.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll deception there. I don't know why I bother asking, it's just still fun to make you roll. And that's a 24, but what, like, you get modifier or something, right?
No.
Modifier.
That is with my modifier.
Okay, that's with your modifier.
It's a 16 plus 8.
Okay.
The thing is I can't roll below a 17.
Yeah, you can't roll below 7. Right. With that, you see a couple of lifeboats coming out, and you get a response. It says,
If they truly fall back if they're retreating, the unkindness will take them out on their way back.
The unkindness?
the unkindness.
I have a feeling that is Kensington's ship. Alright. So as we sort of make our pass, does it seem like the ships are starting to separate?
Yeah.
Okay. Dyror, I guess here's the real question. It seems like the attack is breaking off as we had hoped. Do we truly need to try to parlay with these folks? We could simply hit the high seas and no one should be able to catch us.
If the Udrothian ships will chase if we try to flee.
Every nautical mile we make is one nautical mile further away from this town.
I think we should talk to the Admiral.
I will rely on your judgment.
But it's ultimately up to you. I mean, what does everyone else think?
I think this is a vote situation.
Crew?
I want to hear what Perlin and Bungus think.
You can see Dywar, he's looking at Bungus with, like, regret. Like, he was not wanting this to happen.
From Dywar's reactions, it sounds like I'm not going to get the gem if it goes to... like... goes the way that he's expecting it, so... I'm not a fan of this plan.
Alright.
I'll tell you... I'll tell you all the truth. I'll tell you all the truth. So, when we were in, I cannot remember these town names. The previous town we were in.
No, that's okay. Oldcaster? Yeah, you were in Oldcaster last.
I sent a message to Utroth, and I told them that we had the gem. Hold on, let me see exactly what I don't know if the chat log goes back that far. I essentially told them that we had the gem, it was secure, and that they could send a ship for retrieval.
How?
The sending fish.
Oh yeah, we do the sending fish.
But I asked them that they promise to assist Bungus and his temple with whatever it is that they needed.
They do understand I'm a dwarf, right?
I might have left that out of the message. Do Udrothians don't have any like bad blood with dwarves, do they? I thought it was just
they're
humans.
at war with the dwarves.
They are at war with the dwarves.
I thought it was just the humans.
It's both.
Okay, I sent the message. When did was that
The first
before?
time we were in Oldcaster?
Was that before?
That
I sent it
before the last session, yeah.
It was before I figured out that war had like broken out. I didn't know that was going to be an issue when I sent the message.
Well, now it's an issue. Oh no.
It was... Hold on, it was not before you knew that war was breaking out, because you would talk to Adidas Brothers with, after... since.
Oh my god, you're right. Okay.
It was when you were getting on the ship.
That's right.
The
That's
Adidas
right.
brothers.
Yeah. Mister,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna send you a sneaky, shitty message.
Look,
I told you. I told you that affected things.
Look, I promise you all, this was not what I intended.
Well, Dalro,
But you have to understand that this might be my only chance to return from exile as well.
you certainly made our bed, and we all have to sleep in it.
I'm a little disappointed and depressed. I am depressed.
Well, there's no way we fight off 3 Udrothian warships, no matter how damaged they are, especially with
All
our
Udrothian warships.
4.
That's
yes.
why
Well, they
I'd
just
like
they
to
just had
talk
one
to
blow
the-
up.
Three.
So
Yeah. So three of them and a couple of lifeboats might be following.
Okay, that's fair.
That's why I'd like to talk to the admiral.
well, let's make our way a little further out into sea and at least have some range between us and the city.
Unless you would like to message them our plan in advance, Dairo.
It might be best
Do you
if
have
you
any-
no longer
any-
have access to that sending fish.
I'll hand it over.
I will say I am disappointed.
Look
Look,
what you've done.
I was not expecting this many innocent people to die. I was expecting a single ship at most to meet us and we could speak and discuss terms. This is not what I wanted. I didn't want this fucking assault on the city.
Well, Darul,
Nothing.
it might not be what you
didn't notice
wanted.
at the time, but you did tell them. Oh, they're at one of the most heavily fortified Agrian cities.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, I
but
didn't know that.
that was in the lore beforehand. There's a reason it's such a small little cutout of that island.
No. Out of game, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, Darul, it might not be what you intended, but it is what you caused. We will have to deal with the consequences later. Let's have our parley and see what favorable terms we can come to, if any. At this point, I'm hopeful we just get out of it with our lives. Maybe we'll make a plan to retrieve Bungus's stone later. You put us in quite a pickle, and I hope you are ashamed of yourself.
Ooh, he's in trouble.
Just absolute disappointed dad voice.
Our understudy captain is.
Hey,
storming
Captain!
out.
Captain's not here! I'm in charge.
We have captain at
Very
home.
well. I'll accept the consequences. I know what I did was wrong. I may have made a lapse of judgment.
Right.
And I understand the weight of those consequences.
I can't fault you. We all shit the bed sometimes.
And Bungus, I'm fucking sorry. I didn't.
I understand the need for self-preservation.
This is
and
Darwar's
wanting
only
to go
chance
back.
to return to his people.
I understand that.
Right.
It's a little.
And I did want them to help you, Bungus. Legitimately. Honestly.
As you get
And-
out. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, and I hope that they will. That's why I want to talk to them.
Okay. Let's actually go to this one. Maps for planning.
Fuck me, oh fuck me.
So as you get out into open water, I mean, we should clear up. Nuzos is up here. You're probably about right here now. Or actually, you're still closer to the shoreline. Probably more like here. You've sailed a bit western now. Two of the ships seem to be coming around your side and surrounding you.
Yeah, we just slow down.
Yeah.
Take the flags down. Just come to a stop. Well, as much as a stop there is on the ocean, but
The 3 ships surround you, and one of them gets parallel with you, kind of like throws anchor, and then throws a gangplank down. You see a large dragonborn in like big, like armor walk out. Clearly more important in Crescent, very similar to what Kree was wearing when you saw him last.
Just to be clear, once we gotten back onto the ship, I would have resumed my normal form.
Right.
Okay.
He steps up onto the gangplank and shouts,
Hand it over, now!
Before we do, we need to discuss the terms.
If you don't hand it over, we open fire and sink this and put this whole hull in the bottom of the ocean.
And then you lose the gem.
We have ways of retrieving it.
Do they have ways of
Look.
retrieving your corpse as well? You are currently on our ship.
he's on the gangplank, like stepped up in the middle.
Come here. Let's discuss this like gentlemen. We're willing to hand the gem over. We just want to have a conversation first. We're at no odds here. We come flying no flags, wanting nothing but a simple conversation before we hand the gem over.
Let me make him roll a couple of checks.
Okay. Do you want me to roll persuasion?
I was actually just going to have him roll an intelligence check to see how he handles the situation.
I'm being like super calming and just like inviting, you know, trying to cool down the tempers, you know.
He says,
Fine, we'll settle this like gentlemen.
and he waves his hand over, and about 6 of his guards like start coming with him as he walks across the gangplank to meet you.
Kamal and oh fuck, I can't remember the other guy's name.
Olzot?
Polnareff.
Palmereth. Kamal Palmereth, could you retrieve the table and chairs from below decks and bring them up here so we can have a civilized discussion? Perhaps a bottle of wine as well.
Hang on, I have something you guys actually haven't seen yet that you might that you would now have access to because somebody isn't here. Let me.
Out the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
Is there something in the captain's quarters that turns this ship into a giant robot?
No, but you can now get to the captain's quarters.
Interesting.
You could just like invite him to the captain's
Was
quarters.
he a Satanist?
That just came with the boat that I had, and I have no real plans for it.
No, I would like to have this out on the deck where everyone can see.
Alright.
So just bring tables and chairs and set up like a little discussion.
Okay. There's a detail that was important, and it was when Lane left, he was wearing a different hat than he normally did. And he wasn't wearing his captain's hat because he needed to hide his horns.
Mm-hmm.
That implies something.
I'll put the when I go into the thing, I will put the captain's hat on.
Just letting you know.
Yep.
Alright, so you put on the captain's hat. Kaimul kind of rolls out this table, and Polnareff like is carrying a couple of chairs and sets them down. You're probably right here. I don't have a Dragonborn token. And pretty much everybody's lined up face to face with probably about one guard for each of you. However, Dyror is going to be next to Atlas right now. And Bungus is going to be behind Dyror, contemplating ringing it.
Sounds about right.
Right. The admiral sits down and says,
You know, We could tear the ship apart until we find it. I've half a mind to do so. Now you're gonna tell me why I shouldn't.
Well, Captain, it's Admiral. My apologies. It's quite simple. You see, we are an unaligned ship. We have no dog in this fight, if you would. We're more than happy to hand over the gem, and I'll put my hand out and use minor illusion to make the gem and have it just like slowly rotate above it. It is quite a sight to behold. Of course, it's not here with us currently. It's currently safely stowed away on an island that only we know the location of. And I'm more than happy to share that with you. Of course, we just want you to make sure that the terms outlined by Dairo and his communication to the Empire are upheld when we provide it to you.
And what terms would that be? My memory's foggy, and I could only read the message once.
Dairo?
The terms were that in exchange for the gemstone, which my friend here, well, I hope my friend still, Fungus, his temple is in dire need of assistance, and the gemstones can supposedly provide that assistance. In exchange for the gem, Udroth is to assist his temple, help cleansing whatever evil ails it. And also, the other term was that I would be able to return from exile and rejoin Udroth.
Should you give us the gem, you'd be a hero. Of course you could return from exile. However, do you not realize why the Emperor wants that gem?
No, I don't. I was asked to retrieve it for the Emperor.
The dwarves of the mountains train their monks in the Wogon Temple. And finally, some mysterious force takes it over, kills half of the monks, and ruins it. An opening like this has never been had before. All of Vandalia will hold our flag, and starting with those filthy dwarves.
This is not the Udroth that I was raised under. I was taught that Udroth was righteous and just. Are you telling me that you're nothing more than a conquering admiral?
What is righteous and just is what is spreading as much prosperity for our people as possible.
At the
And
expense.
such cannot be done while vermin and filth take our lands from us.
Sound a lot like Damien. But at the expense of what? How many innocent people are going to die?
There's no such thing as an innocent human. Or dwarf.
He says and angrily turns to Bungus.
Can I roll insight to see if I can take this guy?
I mean, we are
Still, I can't, but
severely
I want-
outnumbered.
You are surrounded by 3 ships that are pretty well stocked. They do look a little better.
So the odds are even.
Muted. Can't we hold him hostage though? I mean,
There are about like on all the ships. There's a bunch of people, and then you're just like, so it's a fair fight.
And-
yes.
Isn't there a movie where it's like, well, there's 6 of us and 1 of you?
So fair fight.
Yeah.
I know. I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I'm struggling to eat too.
I know there's a Star Wars comic. It's like we have you surrounded, and it's like I'm only surrounded by fear and dead men.
Oh my god.
Or there's the famous World War II quote where it's like, the enemy has us surrounded, and it says, good, then we can shoot at all sides, or something, or we can kill them from all directions, or something like that.
Too.
Will Admiral, or sorry, go ahead, Damien.
No. Just mulling it over, evaluating all the plans.
Well, Admiral, I do see where our goals and your goals definitely do not seem to align. I think in the best interests of our crew and the Empire, we would be willing to hand over this gem. Although we would want some sort of written release from exile, if you will. Something that we could use other than your word. No offense, but I don't know you. And if you don't make your way back to Udroth, your ship is lost in a storm of some kind, how would we ever prove that Dyror has been released from his exile? Surely there could be some sort of official writ, maybe stamped with your seal, that we could use to prove his goodly doings.
I have you one better.
He snaps his fingers, and one of the guards behind him pulls something out from a satchel, and it's like this big wrapped piece of leather. And he lays it out on the table and unrolls it, and inside of it there's this small little dragon figurine, and Dyro, you would recognize this. These are only given to the highest members of the military, and they're basically direct lines to the Emperor. He can talk to the Emperor through this thing.
So you intend to speak to the Emperor right now?
I could have him personally undo your exile. But I need the gem.
Just complicates my plan.
So you're telling me that Udroth only needs the gem so that the dwarves can't have it? That they're just going to hoard it?
The Wolgon Temple will receive the gem as soon as it flies the flag of Udroth. I've heard of the beast that haunts its tunnels. It doesn't seem friendly. But all of the Akogan Mountains, the Squama Desert, everywhere from the Squama Desert to the Akogan Mountains to the Vrog Jungle shall fly our flag. And every pink skin on this continent shall be exterminated.
That's...
I have a very bad idea.
When I was taken into the military, I was taught that Udroth they're not despots. They free smaller countries, settlements from despots. This doesn't sound like that. Does everyone... Who else shares the same frame of thought? Creve certainly did.
He puts his hand over the cloth that it was under, and the map forms under, a map of Vandalia, the continent. And it shows Udroth's borders historically, and then it shows them expanding and then retracting as the humans come on and start colonizing their lands.
I hate to remind you who struck first.
What do the dwarves have anything to do with this?
The dwarves also colonized lands, just some of the...
Oh, they colonized the tunnels. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Those were kobold, but the dwarves have a settlement...
Oh, I thought they were tied with the kobolds as well.
Yeah, so if you look at the world map, Laurel over here, that's Dragonborn territory too.
Gotcha.
And Noob Laugh as
So,
well, I'm assuming.
I rolled an intelligence check to see if Dywar would
Oh, oof.
be be intelligent enough to like like realize like that this is not a good idea. Oh fuck! I accidentally backed out, but I rolled a 0. So if I was just gonna look at the admiral and he says, "You're right. They did strike first."
Oh.
But the dwarves had nothing to do with this. The humans came and they conquered.
He points to Laurel.
Kobolds aren't that distantly related to us, and look at what they did to them. How many slaves have you seen, dwarf?
Not in many, many years I've given up the lives of... I did not agree with the slaves. None of my I'm fairly certain Bungus's family did not use or have any reason to support the slave ownership, so he would have no reason to be like hateful towards kobolds or anything.
Yeah.
But like
You especially would like probably
Yeah.
would be very, open to most other
yeah,
races.
considering a kobold sent me to get this gem. Can I tell him that like my kobold companion at the temple sent me to find this gem? If it
You
makes
tell him.
any difference. Yeah, I'll say it.
No. Oh, my kobold friend!
There it is.
It's okay. I've got a kobold friend.
Fucking kobold.
It's like, look, I agree with you with the humans. They certainly think less of us. As I look over to Damien. And my time in Agrian territories has definitely reinforced that idea.
Okay.
But I'm afraid my friend Bungus, he's been a good companion for over a year. He is a good soul, and he doesn't deserve what Udras is going to do to his temple.
Can I make some out of character comments?
Sure.
Okay. I have an idea that might get us out of this, or might get us all killed.
Oh,
Definitely has a potential to go both very good and very poorly.
I like it.
I don't. Do you guys want me to risk it? I don't want to be the reason why we get freaking TPK'd because we are surrounded right now. But I might have a way that we get out of this with what we want.
I'd say risk it for the biscuit.
well, let's...
I mean, either that or we have to sacrifice something. So
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I don't want to ruin other people's fun, so that's why I want to make this out of con.
No, but
character.
our back's kind of... Like, my character's back is kind of against the wall. His backstory is kind of against the wall.
Right. So that's why I don't want to be like, all right, we sacrificed Bungus's... Yeah, I mean, we might be able to... Either we give up your gem and your goal, or we try to pull this off and probably all die. We may not all die. It depends on how well I roll. We'll put it that way. Putting it in the
What's
hands
the
of the
plan?
D20.
What is the plan?
I prefer to be surprised.
I will let you actually tell them the plan while I go to the bathroom.
Okay, I mean, if you
Sounds
want to tell it, feel free. But
Hey,
like, if you
I'm
wanna-
okay.
I do like surprises, so I mean,
I just didn't want to, like, if he's not okay with me, like, us planning out of character.
He said
Yeah,
it
for sure.
Yeah, okay. Well, so my plan is to get them to go ahead and release your exile, talk to the Emperor on the thing, and then say, hey, I'll tell you where it is. I'll give you the coordinates. I'll message you the coordinates. I have that, ability. And then I will pack up their little statue to the thing and say, hey, go ahead and leave. You guys go, and I'm going to try to swipe the statue so they can't report us back to the Emperor. And then once they leave, we just try to fucking book it. I mean, again, not really a great plan, but maybe steal their method of communication to the Emperor and then just get the fuck out of there. We keep the gem. you're not exiled anymore, and there's probably a hit crew after us, but, you know, we might be able to get away. We got a smaller, faster ship. They're pretty fucked up, you know? It's possible.
It's not a bad plan. It's not a bad plan at all. I mean,
it could work.
We could give them like fake coordinates.
Oh,
we could, and I mean they could.
But then what I'm saying is if that first part doesn't go off right, then your whole exile thing is reversed. That's what I was trying to do. So I mean, it just depends on how well I roll. I mean, I'm pretty decent at all the things I'm trying to do. But it's your guys' call. I won't make this call in a vacuum.
What does Damien and Perlin think?
So what was the first part?
And Bungus.
Like I said, my backstory's kind of against the wall right here, so I
think he feels pretty remorseful. He's probably gonna let Bungus decide. Like,
oh no!
Give the gem. I mean, that's Direwolf's plan. Like, just let Bungus decide, give it the gem or not. But he's gonna go along with whatever plan is kind of formulated.
I think Damien would want to see how this shakes down.
So wait, how is it that he's going to not be exiled anymore?
I would offer to the Admiral the coordinates to the hidden gem.
Right.
If he goes ahead and communicates to the Emperor to release the exile.
So don't you think the exile would get reinstated once they figured out it was a trick?
Well, that's the second part that I mentioned.
Which was that he's going to steal the communicator.
Hopefully.
That way they can't communicate it. But they've been double-crossed.
Yeah.
How would you take it without them realizing it?
My plan was to just sort of like stand up and wrap it up in the thing and just switch it with like a dagger. Or I've got other shit like.
How big is it? It's like a big crystal ball.
It's
like you said it's like
I imagine it fairly handheld, fairly like small, like the way I imagine it basically would just kind of like talk to you or like wrap around your ear, something like whisper in your ear.
Oh, okay.
And like a magic Bluetooth piece that he could put on.
But I mean, eventually he'd be able to get in contact with the Emperor, right?
I mean, yeah, but that could be months. It could be months, and also if they're chasing after us, they could die in storms or whatever. I mean, their ships are pretty fucked up. They could just sink. You know, you never know.
Ships are fucked up.
I mean, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. It's totally a gamble.
Oh, and I'm just saying, like, eventually the Emperor is going to be like, all right, I guess this gem actually isn't showing up, right?
Yeah, but their ship on the way back with the gem could have sunk, or they could have just lost it, or someone stole it, or, you know, any number of things. If there's no way to communicate what actually happened...
Yeah, I guess so.
That's just how I'm thinking about it. But again, it's a total gamble, so it's your guys' call.
Fair.
Question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
I have this Ring of the Mimic, which is pretty loosely defined, I will say.
Fair. What does it do?
Once per day, you can use the Ring of the Mimic to transform into magically into an inanimate object within sight. The object can only be between small and medium-sized. Could I potentially transform the ring into the object as I like slipped it off? I mean, it doesn't. It says once per day you can use the ring to transform. It doesn't really say if it's transform me or transform the ring. That's why I'm saying it's kind of loosely defined.
Oh.
I think it's intending to be.
I always read it as like you would be able to like make yourself look like the inanimate object. But
that's also how I read it. But now that I'm reading it again, It
You
is
are-
pretty loose. So
you
could
know,
I?
you convinced me that I gave you a way more busted item than I thought.
Yeah, so I could just like slip that off, pocket the real one, and turn the ring into the object. So it would look and feel, and everything would be the same until it
For 24
transformed back. Yeah, in 24 hours.
I did not realize I gave you a magic double, but shit. Like, because the way that reads, you're absolutely right.
I mean, and that's me, stretching the language of it. So it's up to your, it's your
Yeah.
call. It's your call.
It says, once per day you may use the Ring of the Mimic to transform magically into an inanimate object within sight.
It doesn't
Which,
explicitly say if it's
could
you
def-
or the ring. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's either that or I try to switch it with something that's like similarly sized. So, I mean, it's your call.
Right. If you guys want to think on it for about a week, it is past 10 p.m., although if you want to go ahead and lock in your idea.
And the DM can think about how it plays out
For a
over the
week,
next
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to see if it
I'm-
works so we can
I mean, I'm
we
fine
can
with the
plan if
plan.
it gets shit on.
See, I would like to be able to plan for the next session.
It's not going how you expected.
Yeah, didn't expect this. Spoiler: there might have been a Knoll combat that I was prepared for. This was not prepared for. I am so invested in the direction it went, though.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
I mean, I'm fine with waiting.
I thought you guys were just gonna cut and run.
We are noble pirates.
All right.
the
So you guys want to wait?
I vote wait.
All right.
the only reason
Yeah.
why I don't vote wait is because at least I would like to know if it goes right or if it goes poorly, so that we can plan for next week for
Right.
whatever happens.
Would that make it easier for you to, Quentin, knowing if
It would make it a lot easier for me because I basically kind of have to plan a tree of different scenarios,
Yeah.
I mean, it will only take
Let's
like
roll
another
the
10
dice and
minutes.
see what happens.
and that would like cut one of the roots off of it, so it would make my tree a lot smaller.
Let's roll
Alright.
the dice, see what happens. And then
So you are trying to slip the
Yeah.
ring off and disguise it as the gem, right?
Nope. Oh,
Right, what are
as
you
the
doing?
gem. Ooh, I didn't consider that. I was
Didn't you already tell him
We
that it
already
was on
told-
the island?
Yeah, didn't we? Tell
Yeah,
them?
I already told him it was on an island, but I could just be like, I was lying. Here it is.
What if they get mad and kill us?
Good point. I'm gonna stick with the original plan. I'm gonna stick with the
Yeah,
original plan.
I'm afraid they'd be able to quickly tell that it doesn't have the power it's supposed to have.
Yeah. Okay. Admiral, here's what I propose. You communicate to the Emperor here inside of us. Go ahead and relieve the exile. Board onto your ship. I will send a message to you, just as I did your crew before, and tell them the coordinates of the island of which we have hidden it. Similarly to how we communicated this parlay. Then, as we are heading in our separate directions, everyone is free to go, no conflict needed.
Roll persuasion.
And how am I supposed to trust that it will be on this island?
Well, you see, Admiral, we risked a lot, not only getting and retrieving the gem, but communicating it to Udroth. Why would we turn on you now? We've led you in the direction the entire time. Our only interest has been to provide a boon to the Empire. There is no reason for us at this point. We have gotten what we wanted. Daror has been unexiled. That truly was only our main goal. The temple, we will sort that out ourselves. And as you said, as Udrath conquers, they will resolve the issues around. I believe that situation will work itself out. There's no reason for us to lie about this.
He gets a stern look on his face. And he kind of like puts his hand to his chin and thinks on it for a second. And then he extends out his hand and says, "Fine."
Shake it.
Right? You shake his hand. He says,
Dairo, you're free to come. You can come along and guide us to this gem then. Your friends are free to go, and you can come back home.
I will say, Daror does owe me a personal debt, of which he has...
"Let Dyror speak."
Sorry, good point.
Okay, so the plan is... So the gem's not going to be there when they go look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, okay. What was his name again? Like, something?
Rocky.
Admiral Rocky, it's been many years that I've been trying to return home, but I think I would like to do so on my own terms. There's still some business that I need to take care of.
Bother grabbing that.
I assumed you'd be ecstatic when I offered you the ride.
Thought I would be too.
He holds up the device and kind of like stalks into it. I've seen him before, and he tells the Emperor,
We are en route to the gem. The exile of Dairor Arhan should be lifted upon the gem's return.
Now we're close.
See, now you're backing out on the... I thought he was already unexiled.
he said he would be unexiled when...
Oh, he didn't actually go through it with it. Gotcha.
No, he shook it, like, he shook his hand on, like, we tell you the coordinates of the gem, you unexile him, and he was like, okay, he gets unexiled when the gem comes. I think that is a fair string of logic this guy is going through.
That's fair, yeah.
I'm genuinely not trying to cheat you. I just think that is a very
No, that's definitely fair.
That's
Definitely fair.
That's a logical thing to come to, yeah.
Well, it's settled then. I'm assuming he sets the thing back down.
He sets the thing back down, wraps it up.
So as he sets it back down, I will stand up and slap the table with my hands, so that it sort of like shifts over a little bit, and then I'll just sort of grab all the stuff together as it slides around, and like the wine bottle spills over, and I'll just like wrap it up real quick, slip the ring off, and pocket the device. I'm assuming I will need to roll a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, at least.
So I'm causing sort of a little bit of a distraction.
Maybe a bit better of a picture. You're trying, like you're
trying
to make it look like it's an accident.
Yes,
or?
as I stand up on the table.
Okay.
Sort of tip the
You
table.
hump the table to death. I got it.
Yes, so no, but as I put my
Right.
hands on the table, the uneven deck, it sort of rocks a little bit. As things
Right.
slide around, the bottle falls over, just sort of grab things like I'm trying to keep it out of the wine.
Roll
And-
performance and sleight of hand.
Can someone help him with one of any of these?
He didn't ask for help.
Well, I mean, you just see what
I
I'm
will
doing.
I will say somebody can give him advantage on the performance if you dive at the table and it's like, oh, sorry.
I'm on the table.
All right.
I'll take a dive.
All right, so advantage on the performance.
15. And sleight of hand.
All right, here goes nothing.
Here's for all the gems.
Oh my god.
There's such a
Right.
decent bonus to it, too.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay, so my question is, with the distraction, would that give me advantage on the sleight of hand since they're sort of focused on everything else going around?
Especially since my arm has herpes.
Did you see my herpes arm? Look. Did you stick it in their face?
Ah.
The herpes arm.
Hey, be
Is
careful,
the-
that's contagious.
Yeah. Don't breathe in too hard.
You're playing it up. I'll give you one more roll to beat what I rolled.
Did you roll a 1?
No,
Oh my god, no chance.
I rolled a 10.
Oh.
All right.
So slip the
who
ring
does
off, mimic the item, and just slip the other one in my pocket and say, "Oh, I'm so terribly sorry about that. I hope." Just sort of shake the little drips of wine off of it. I'm sure it's
Right.
quite fine.
I'm gonna say, you probably shouldn't have let Damien get that close to you. You'll want to wash your belongings and probably put him in quarantine for a few days.
Probably best to burn them, if we're being honest. This way, back to
Honestly-
your ship.
Oh, I shouldn't make that joke. I was gonna say double check your pockets too. I think he's a little, but I don't want to. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
You start to
Damien doesn't appreciate all these minorities ganging up against him.
Right. They wrap up their stuff, and the guards start walking off the gangplank one by one. And the admiral waits off, and he says,
Dairar, I shall see you on friendlier terms, on friendlier shores.
and he walks off the gangplank, gets on his ship, and they all sail off. And after about half an hour to an hour, you guys are alone in the water.
Well, okay, so before we get too far away, because I still have to send them the message, unless they just... Oh, unless we could send it with the fish.
I assumed you already sent them the message. I'm sorry. I assumed you already.
So I was going to tell them that it is... so with my sort of seafaring knowledge, not on Iron Dove Island, but somewhere close. That general area.
Okay. Okay.
So south.
So south of Iron Dove Island.
Somewhere.
So-
I mean, I don't... actually, no. I'll tell them the coordinates of the little island where the...
That's pretty close to Archel.
no, where the harpies...
Yeah, that's pretty close to Archel. I know the one you're talking about.
Oh, shit. I guess it is. Did we pass... Well, I'm trying to... did we pass any other land masses on our way from...
You can absolutely tell them that it is near the island next to Archel, if you want.
Yeah, but I just don't know if they believe that if we had time to get back and forth.
Yeah.
I'll say it's near Iron Dove Islands, but not on the island, just close by. And I'll just in my message will say it's a very tiny island covered by these
little islet.
Yeah, covered by the surf in high tide. You'll find it at low tide, buried underneath 3 large rocks that we put there.
Okay. Okay. With that, they sail off. You are alone in the water, just off the shore of New Zos, about right here. You should actually be on the right map now. Yeah. And that's where we'll pick it up next time. Sorry, it ran a bit longer. I just
There
want to
you
get
go.
that.
No,
Wrapped up.
sounds good. We will make a plan for what we're gonna do next time.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for group texts.
Yeah.
Sweet. We're gonna
Sorry,
exclude the DM.
Fungus.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll make an individual group chat on Discord, excluding the DM.
You can do that. I would like to have some idea of what to plan for. Of
That's
what your
DMing on easy mode. That's not cool, dude.
What-
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on, just fucking plan for everything.
Plan for us showing up at your door armed and ready to fight.
Yeah.
armed, like with a revived blackguard, like
Oh my
Sure.
god,
stick
yes.
it
This is for Blaggart, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, we can totally make this into a soap opera.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll figure out what we're gonna do and we'll let you know.
All right.
Good deal.
I'm so excited.
If I'm throwing options out, you do have the gem. You could take that back to the temple.
Mhm.
You could still try to hunt down Camden, see if you can get a bigger ship, go after the White Raven. And you still know about that temple on Tabax that might be dedicated to you.
Somebody with super herpes on their arm. I'm voting to bats, but that's me.
All right, we'll figure it out. I don't want to keep anyone too much longer.
All right.
Good deal.
Just throwing those ideas out, and I will see you guys next week.
Excellent
Bye-bye.
session. See
Sounds
y'all
good.
Wednesday.
See ya.
Okay.
See you guys.
Sorry I betrayed you.
I can't believe it.
I just really wanted to go home.
I can't be too mad.
Dude, when
Makes
you
sense.
sent me that message, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to make it bad.